This is it, the game that every fall semester has built up to for the past 5 years, the I-35 rivalry between Oklahoma and UCO. This duo of Sooner State adversaries have seen a lopsided series for the past 4 of those 5 years. The Broncos have dominated Oklahoma on their way to multiple conference titles and a couple of deep runs in the national tournament, but this time in a packed house with a line out the door, it feels different. The Sooners enter December tied for first place in the WCHL and have catapulted themselves from hopefuls last year to contenders this year. They face some tough tests early on, but nothing like what they're going to see out here tonight. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a rocking Arctic Edge Ice Arena alongside Elijah Lena tonight. I'm Caleb Shaw, and we are super pleased to welcome you to OU Hockey TV coverage of one of the hottest burning rivalries in college hockey. Elijah, this is a really different looking series this year. UCO comes in undermanned and under a new head coaching regime, but if this series in any kind of recent years has taught us anything, it's that they will still be a tough out.
No, absolutely. It's going to be a good matchup, a tight matchup, and what's going to just separate great teams from good teams in this rivalry is transition speed through the neutral zone. How fast can you get into the offensive zone? How fast can you get set up? How fast can you get shots on net? That's how you're going to beat this team. That's how you're going to beat a lot of great teams in the future. But it's going to be a tough one. Physical on both sides, and I will not be surprised if we see hitting early on in this game.
And that's what we've seen all the time. As this series gets chippy, we usually see it's called pretty tightly too. Lots of penalty minutes because the officials do not want to let things get out of control in a game like this.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to keep it even with those penalties. It'll be curious to see if any of those pull in one direction or the other, whether it favors the Sooners or not. But if you are the Sooners, you just have to keep it clean. Don't take unnecessary trips. Don't try and rough any feathers with the referees. You want to keep this a clean game. Obviously, it's going to be hard to do so, but if you can stay out of the box as little as possible, it's only going to help you in this game.
We have got just under 10 minutes until puck drop, and we're going to keep up with all those stories and a lot more tonight, but one of the biggest ones that we've been keeping our eye on all year long, it happened last year too, but rookies producing points for the Sooners. Now, on this graphic we're going to show here, Aaron Best played last semester, as in the winter semester, but still a rookie on the books, Elijah, and his impact on this team this year, leading the team in goals already, Carlisle and Fodrell, just as hot.
It's been monumental for all three of them. Just to come into this locker room and produce huge points for this team, it's been the greatest asset of this hockey team this season. To have 3 offensive forwards that have just been powerhouses in front of the net. You got Fodrell with that elite shot from the top of the circle, Aaron Best making critical plays, and Owen Carl just there to support them and get some shots on net. All three have been phenomenal for this team, and I cannot wait to see what they do in this series.
Now, something you brought up to me that I think is a good thing to listen to as well is that winning and losing this series, UCO has a lot of talent still. They have a lot of experience. They're still going to score goals, and everything is going to start with this guy on the back end.
Absolutely. BCB has he's been a solid in net all season for us. I mean, this is going to be, if he's able to pull off a win against UCO, will be his first ever in his career as a Sooner. He just has to continue to play strong as he has, and I think he'll be able to do it. I mean, we've seen very promising saves, just great games all around for BCB, so I expect nothing less than greatness from him tonight.
Those are some of the big stories we're going to have all evening tonight, but real quick, let's take it down ringside with Christian Markey, who's got a great idea of what's going on and what the environment's like tonight.
Good evening, Sooner fans, and welcome. I am here sat on top of the Oklahoma bench for tonight and the series. Normally they're on the other side of the rink, but for this series against UCO in the split and shared barn, they are going to be on what is considered the away bench. And tonight, it is absolutely packed in the stands tonight. What we are seeing is still a line out the door of Sooner fans and Bronco fans coming into this building right now. We're at about 95% capacity, I would say, if not more than that. So there's going to be some tight quarters here tonight, but the thing to note, Brendan Culbertson Bond still looking for his first win against those Broncos, and that's going to be your Marquis matchup tonight, is the UCO Broncos that have notorious Sooner killers. We talk about that lineup being depleted. However, Sykes, Guerra, and Blaha are still players on UCO that can inflict damage onto the Sooners, and so they'll look to try to break the seal on Brendan Culbertson Bond tonight. You will be hearing more from me throughout the game as I toss things back up to Caleb and...
Awesome, Christian. Thanks so much. We're going to go back down there between the intermission breaks each time tonight. But before we get set for puck drop, as the ice is cleaned up, we're going to take a short break on OU Hockey TV. Player introductions, the anthem, and puck drop coming up next. You're not going to want to miss this tonight. It's the I-35 rivalry.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Welcome back to OU Hockey TV, where we're just under 5 minutes away from getting things started here from Arctic Edge tonight. Maybe the coldest night we've had in here recently. We've got a little bit of respite, I think, Elijah, from the cold this week. Some highs up in the 60s or so. And we do play indoors, but that's about a square mile of ice being. We're starting to feel it tonight. About 7 o'clock even right now on the clock. just about 40 degrees outside. The wind chill's going. This barn doesn't heat up very much.
No, it doesn't. It is freezing in here. And I just personally, I left my winter coat at home, so I'm struggling through it. But looks like everyone in the fans here got some blankets, something to keep warm. And if you're here in Arctic Edge, we do have some great hot chocolate. So go get you some of that. But no, it is cold.
I mean, and some of the best prices, too, on concessions. The stuff you would see, the kind of stuff that would go viral if you had it on the right platform of getting yourself a snack, a drink, and maybe an adult beverage, too, for yourself if you're of age, for less than $10 here.
It's great. You get a whole meal, and they have phenomenal pretzels. You can get like a pretzel, for like $4 or something like that. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty great, so can't complain.
Yeah, we talked about the standings coming into here tonight. Oklahoma tied atop the WCHL with Utah, and both of those teams have an equal number of conference games remaining. It's really just who is better between those two teams the rest of the way of who's going to take that conference championship should the standings stay the same beneath them. However, UNLV in third place, 2 games in hand, and remember, in the ACHA, that's a potential 6 points.
That's right. It's just going to come down to just getting the dirty wins, getting the gritty wins. You want to talk about every game, play all 60 minutes through, and that's just what is going to separate you from, Utah, UNLV, is how can you play under pressure and how can you play all 60 minutes of a game.
And just to remind everybody that came in and tuned in with us for that Utah series earlier, it was a late addition to the schedule. The WCHL conference schedule comes out a pretty long ways ahead of time of non-conference games, which made that one on the books just your average non-conference game, despite being between conference opponents.
It's a little weird how it worked out, but we got the game in there, and it was a phenomenal game.
One of the best of the season so far.
Absolutely. About 1 minute and 38 seconds to go till puck drop, so we'll get that going here in a little bit. But we're so grateful that you guys have joined us on your Friday night. And if you made your way up here to Arctic Edge, thank you for bearing out the traffic when it was rough. But we are so excited. I personally am so excited for this matchup this weekend.
Yeah, first time at the I-35 rivalry for you. Excited for you myself. This has been chippy in recent. We told you over and over again you'll expect it. But, I mean, if the Sooners can pull this off tonight, which, of course, this season so far, they are the odds-on favorite to do so if you look at the records. But if you look at the trends in this series, I mean, UCO has found every which way to squeak out wins, be it domination, be it at the last minute, even sometimes the Sooners, on their own ice here in Arctic Edge, have not won in overtime since moving here.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be gritty on both sides, as I mentioned before. And UCO, regardless of being undermanned or whatever it may be, they're going to bring just a higher level play to this game than any other game. And it's just how do you respond to that if you're the Sooners? How do you keep going? And it's going to be interesting to see.
And we used to make a joke here in the booth about when you come into the I-35 rivalry across the way from you, you'd see a lot of Oklahoma football fans wearing blue and yellow. We can't really make that joke this year.
No, yeah, we moved stadium, so there's no football stadium or anything like that.
Oh, and the Broncos with a heck of a football team of their own this year. A great excuse to head up to Chad Richland Stadium, which tonight and getting kicked off right now, the top class 6A1 state football championship. You know, Oklahoma and Texas high school football, that's a big deal tonight. Owasso and Bixby, the defending champions, going off in that one. So the undefeated Rams trying to dethrone the two-time champs. That's a really good one that everyone's going to want to keep tabs on too tonight.
No, it is. Bixby's a phenomenal school. It had so much success, so it's going to be a good game to watch.
The buzzer just went off inside Arctic Edge, and that means we are moments away from getting underway. We'll step aside in the broadcast booth, catch our bearings real quick. We'll stick with you through player introductions here. The lights are going to go out in just a few minutes in Arctic Edge, so excuse us if our camera has a bit of a problem gathering up all the pictures for you. By puck drop, we'll be back and ready to go here on OU Hockey TV. it is just about go time here at Arctic Edge. Welcome back to OU Hockey TV. As we get set here, the anthem is done. Up front for the Sooners tonight, a different looking lineup. It's going to be Tristan Glass, flanked by Monticelli and Will Baird, it looks like. Swearingen and McDonald on the back end, the all-hair team for the Sooners. And again, like we talked about in the open, Brendan Culbertson-Bond in net tonight for Oklahoma.
As you put it, interesting lineup. Going to see how it affects the initial start here to the game. But if you can set the pace early, it's all that really matters is just getting it going from the beginning.
20 minutes on the clock. Sooners in gray, Broncos in white, and we are about to get underway from Arctic Edge Ice Arena. The puck is won back to Blake Swearingen. He finds Monticelli, who immediately dumps it all the way in, where Camden Pendleton, getting the start tonight for the Broncos, will take it. He's the second netminder for this team. However, both of them putting up some pretty decent stats so far this year. Swearingen on his backhand, getting it up through neutral ice. Now Taylor will take it, one of the experienced seniors on this team, which make about half the roster. The rest of it, very, very inexperienced. So we'll see a big gap between how much ice time these players have seen on the Broncos tonight as they ice the puck, and the Sooners are going to get an offensive zone draw.
As you put it, though, having veterans on your team is always just great for the locker room. It just gets those younger guys going, get familiar with the culture. So just because they're younger doesn't mean you can't count them out.
And if the Sooners are any explanation, of course you can, with how much youth this team has had the past couple of years. Carlisle to the dot this time with Fodrell and Best. Arvania's his top scoring line. Goes all the way around where Connor Horn will chip it in. He looks for Carlisle. Carlisle tried to center it out in front. Nobody was home that time. And Kagan will get on his horse and play this one defensively. Nearly turned over. The Broncos do get it out here near the skates of Sam Sykes. Blaha and Guerra on their top line. A couple of historic Sooner killers there. Fodrell tries to work his way in, goes down. Here's Kagan's shot, deflected wide. Pendleton got a piece of that one and blockered it away. His first challenge tonight as the Sooners keep the puck in. Carlisle makes a nice move, tries to drag towards the goal line. Now goes around the net, tries to center it out in front. Fodrell wasn't there for a tip-in, and the Broncos the other way now with some speed. Here comes Guerra. Guerra dispossessed by Best, all the way up for Fodrell. He'll chip it in. The Sooners want a line change here.
A good opening stint for the Sooners so far in this first period. Way to get on, get some forechecking going.
Broncos into the zone with some speed this time. It's interrupted. Mondu plays it to the far sideboards, and it'll be driven all the way back in deep. Brad Bose and the seniors on this team. A turnover in deep. McDonald gonna rock it around the boards here for Glass. Keeps his head up and flips it ahead for Will Blake. Blake couldn't attain the pass. Got to get back on side here as Glass fights for possession. And McDonald again will just wrap this one all the way around the boards. Glass all the way deep in the zone. Getting pinned to the boards this time by Frank Mondi. It's a quartet of seniors starting on defense. The tip shot out in front. Got saved by Pendleton, and he'll cover up the rebound.
That was such a good shot, though. Traffic there. Just a shame it kind of hit the ice early there, and was able to see and get a cover on it. But good look so far for the Sooners.
Their best look of the game so far. Let's take another look at it, how it happened real quick, if we can. Here we go. Just about 2 minutes into the game, and it comes from Goldstein up at the top.
Yeah, you just get a shot through traffic. Just gets covered up by the goaltender there. Not much you can do about it. Just got to get more like it on net, and one will go in.
Back to action here with 18 minutes to go in period number 1. The action started very quickly here tonight. Payne chasing a puck around. This one played by McDonald. Back up to the point. Gets it loose. And here they come up past center ice. Redmond tries to center one out in front. Goes past BCB and wraps around again for McDonald. He's dispossessed. Here go the Sooners the other way. DuPont trying to lead the way in. Tries to forward one out in front from Monticelli. He couldn't find it. And now a 2-on-2 fight for possession below the goal line. Pendleton swiveling, trying to get an eye on the puck as Rieger has one escape his grasp. No icing this time as Bassett chases it. Carson Bassett evades a hit down below the goal line and plays it on his backhand up to Payne. Sooners hemmed in here on the Bronco forecheck. Now Monticelli gets it back out to center. Taylor now plays it all the way across the ice. This one chipped back into OU territory, and Payne looking over his shoulder, trying to find space, will evade Sam Sykes.
Good defensive positioning for the Sooners here. Able to get that out as Belts takes a big hit up front.
There's another one from Guerra on Monticelli, and the blows are coming early from the Broncos, kind of what we expected and talked about in the open. Rieger, and now another one from Blaha as he double dips in the corner.
That's exactly what you're saying. Not surprised to see the hits coming so early here, as there's another one in the neutral zone.
Sykes led this team in points last year, and while he doesn't score against the Sooners often, they're able to usually hem him in. He's such a good setup man. There's another try out in front. Carson Glass took a hit to make the play and nearly tipped one home.
Such a good look from Carson Glass. It's a shame he didn't go in yet.
Now up top for Swearingen. He'll play one all the way into the netting. That will stop play. And with 16:28 to go in period number 1, these players get a breather, and the Sooners had caught up to the speed so far, but maybe a little bit caught off guard by just how fast the Broncos came out tonight.
Yeah, the Broncos are playing very fast. I'd say OU has responded pretty well to it. They've dominated some offensive pressure. You just got to get one going into the net here.
Carlisle will take it. Puck is dropped one back by the Broncos. It's Cullen Hogan, the sophomore, who was a big threat last year to score anytime he had the puck as a freshman. Leads the team in goals this year so far. Here's Fodrell in the corner, centering one out in front. Carlisle couldn't get a good tip on it. Now Kagan a shot. That one went wide. Fodrell chasing again in the corner. Tries to center it. Nobody home. The Broncos intercept. Here's a 2-on-2 rush the other way. Driving in is Stalzer. Puts a shot on BCB, who makes his first save of the night.
Yeah, it's a turnover you're going to want back, but luckily you had a great goaltender and had to cover up that mistake. A little sloppy passing in the neutral zone for the Sooners.
Yeah, Fodrell not looking over his shoulder when he made that pass. A hopeful play that could have gone wrong if there was numbers the other way for the Broncos. Shots on goal tied up at 1-1 now, even though both teams have been letting it fly so far, just not with the accuracy they need. Right off the draw, a shot from Redmond is blocked by Tristan Glass. He was waiting on it as Will Blake collides with his own teammate trying to get the puck back out, and the Sooners will regroup here. Slow things down. McDonald across to Goldstein. He'll play it all the way across, looking for Glass. Couldn't find him, and the Broncos reset. McDonald giving chase into the corner. He'll have to backhand this one around, looking for Blake with 15:35 to go in the opening frame. Blake takes a hit to make the play, and the Sooners again hemmed in their own zone for a little while.
Oh, you said it. UCL has a great forechecking ability here. Thankfully, Sooners have been able to bounce out as that shot goes into the goaltender's glove.
Pendleton makes another nice save that time. Didn't have to make too much effort. He tracked it all the way as it came into his glove and gives the Sooners a lead back in the shots on goal department, but not much to look at so far stats-wise outside of all those hits the Broncos threw in that maybe 2 or 3 collections of shifts. Maybe it took only 80 seconds of real time.
Yeah, no, some big hits from the Broncos early in this game. You guys see just how the Sooners are going to respond to that. You don't want to get dominated in the physical aspect of this game.
Mondu can't win that drawback. The Broncos historically awesome in the face-off circle and continuing that under this new head coaching regime with Tom Philbin. Clara delivers a hit to Will Blake and delivered to clear the zone this time. Kagan will give chase. Over to Glass. Glass head up, finds Mondu. Now Blake at the line, gets in onside. Mondu taken to a knee that time by J.C. Dubecki. The Bronco, and where's one of the letters here? He's the captain on this team this year. DuPont chasing back behind that, trying to get a hold of Blaha, the 6'3 senior from the Czech Republic.
Speaking of the Czech Republic, going back to UCO's depth in their recruiting, getting players from all over the world to come, it's been historically a very great squad to play for.
And the Sooners may have gotten away with one that time. There's a stick caught in the skate blade of Stalzer. It's Nate Paynes. He's able to get it dislodged, and no harm, no foul this time. They'll rule that incidental. And you're right, it's the top lines here. They're international. You got Winnipeg, Manitoba for Sim Sykes, Victoria, British Columbia for Guerra. It is a team that has recruited so well over the years, and just shocking this year, they lost as much manpower as they did. Into the corner now as DuPont giving chase. Couldn't get a stick to it, and now Cullen Hogan will start his engine up the wing. Robbie Rebroker is with him as Hogan goes down. Rebroker's shot went wide. And Stalzer tried to center it out in front. Bassett's there. He intercepts the play. 2-on-2 into the zone. Bassett leaves it in onside. Tried to center one out. Leaves it for DuPont, who with a puck up into the air can't corral it cleanly. Going 1-on-2 in the corner. Baird works his way around 2 defenders and back into the corner. Up top for Bassett. Bassett holding onto that puck with a shot that got patted away with a purpose by Pendleton. Out into center ice now. The Broncos got a break this time. Rebroker, he's held up, and a penalty upcoming against the Sooners. the first call of the game is going to go in the favor of UCO, and they're going to go to the power play here. 2 minutes, what it looks like a holding call.
You're absolutely right on that. That was a big hold from Rieger. Just going back to what we said earlier, you don't want to take those unnecessary calls. You could justify that was one of them. So Sooners go down 5-4 with UCO on the power play.
It is Rieger who goes to the box with penalty kill unit here. Bells and Carson Glass up front. Swearingen and McDonald on the back end as McDonald and Sykes have a few words for each other. Sooner rookie against a Broncos senior there.
Yeah, it's a good penalty kill lineup, though. We'll see how this one plays out.
Sooners penalty kill has been top half of the conference so far this year. However, at home, a couple percent down. Centering pass out in front for Hogan, whose shot got deflected out in front and never found BCB. Dubecki, he'll wind. This Bronco power play is very deadly as a shot got blocked by McDonald. He couldn't find it, but Swearingen gets it back out. 1:39 to go on the power play here as the Broncos will reset, go for a partial line change. Now Tristan Glass and Nate Payne out as the forwards for Oklahoma. Connor Horn comes on for a fresh body. This chip play out past Payne. He'll wrap it around the boards. Got some air under it, but Hogan knocks it down. Now Glass evades the zone, gets it to his backhand, and he'll kill some time. Gets it all the way back to Pendleton. And we've worked our way through nearly halfway of this Bronco man advantage. No shots so far, but a good chance out in front.
And good on the Sooners to break up UCO's offense, not letting them get set up here.
As Rob Roker got driven into the boards that time. I think he was offside coming into the zone. That's why we had the stoppage and a couple of jeers from the Sooner bench.
But yeah, as I was saying, just good on the Sooners for breaking up those offensive plays. You never want to let your opponent get set up on the power play like that, because that's when it's just a matter of time until someone finds the net. We'll see if they can finish up this power play.
Hagan able to get it out of the zone with a slow flip that takes off about 5 or 6 more seconds here. Last season, Elijah, the Sooners really struggled against this Bronco power play when they could set up below the goal line. That's when they were at their most dangerous. Another offside call is going to make the play on ice redundant.
And as you were saying, anything below the goal line, that's just when it gets dangerous. When you have too many bodies in front of the crease like that, that's how something slips in. So no surprises to hear that, but it's good to see that the Sooners have responded well.
53 seconds to go on the man advantage. 12:23 in the period. Still no score here at Arctic Edge. Off the draw, Rob Broker will wrap this one around the boards. It rolls past Swearingen, who takes a hit into the corner. 3 bodies now down to the ice as 5 fight for the puck. It comes out back to the point here. Hogan walks the line, puts it back to the sideboards for Guerra. Now Hogan again. He'll walk, shoot one, blockered away by BCB. Back in deep again for Stalzer. He'll wind it around looking for Hogan. They'll play it back over the net. Here's a centering feed out in front that they couldn't get the good wood to. Broker chipped it wide over to Redmond, and we have another stoppage coming up here. I believe we may have had a hand pass or the net come off the moorings by just a few inches there. Hard to see from our angle.
It's looking like it's the net. Looks like it came off a little bit, so that'll stop the play.
You do a better angle than me from right where you're standing here tonight.
Looks like BCP's put in the work himself to get the net back on. And it's back on, so we're ready to go here.
It will be an offensive zone draw behind that for the Broncos, as the Sooners were trying to get it back out of the zone here. 19 seconds to go on the power play, with Sam Sykes, Blaha, and Guerra, the biggest threats in white tonight, here to take the draw. White hats, white shirts, blue bottoms this time for the Broncos. Sooners, red hats, gray tops, red bottoms in their alternate anthracite look. Sykes fighting for the faceoff this time. It's tied up in the feet of Connor Horn, where Guerra couldn't get a piece of it. Now Horn able to chip it all the way down the ice here. 10 seconds to go on the power play, and a potential for one more rush here before the next whistle. Dubecki going to lead the way out past the center ice line. He'll work his way into the zone, takes a check from Horn, stays on his feet. Now loses the puck to Best. Horn is there looking up ice for a spring to man out of the penalty box. Couldn't make it happen that time, and the Sooners will instead switch Fodrell back onto the ice. Here's Best in deep. He'll chip it back in behind the net. This one chipped over for Carlisle now. 2 Broncos down below the goal line. Fodrell waiting in the wings for something in the slot, not coming his way this time. Carlisle again behind the net. He'll skip it along the boards, now play it in deep. Dropping for Fodrell, delivers a reverse check into Dubecki, who's got some size on him, and the puck will come back to the Broncos again. Sooner forecheck applying pressure now as it'll finally come loose to Guerra, who plays it back out of the zone. And an easy play back to Goldstein. The Sooners will slow things down here. Aaron Best head up will get his engine started. Takes a stick check, now evades one man, gets into the zone, takes a penalty, and the Sooners are going to get a power play out of this. Delayed call. Here's BCB to the bench. As the puck comes to neutral ice, Goldstein's going to play this one all the way out and let the Sooners 6-on-5 set up.
That's a good call there by Goldstein to bring that puck back. As you were saying, just get set up on the play.
Had a puck go off the boot of Doucet. And here's Tristan Glass. He'll start his engine, runs into Mondu. And the Sooners a bit discombobulated. Now Mondu works his way into the offensive zone. He's onside, shoots one off the goalpost! 6-on-5 still going. We are live at Arctic Edge still. Tristan Glass, he'll sweep around the zone, drops it for Mondu. All the way across for Glass. A nice saucer pass that time. Lost control of it, and Mondu along the boards keeps it in his skates. Glass taken down, tries to center a feed, and finally, no, they will not call possession. Here's a shot from DuPont that goes high, and that will do it for the Rush. A long 6-on-5 stretch that time.
What a great 6-on-5 for the Sooners there. Already got some tired bodies up for UCO, so that just only made it worse for them. And shout out to Goldstein on that for bringing that puck back and letting the Sooners get set up versus just rushing the zone and essentially risking UCO touching that puck.
Yeah, if you give them that, you don't get that chance here. And while you didn't score on it, it adds pressure.
Absolutely. Because now that like Pendleton and whatnot knows the shots are going to come, and especially in this power play, we'll see how it goes here for the Sooners.
Still just one shot on goal for Oklahoma so far. About halfway through period number 1. 9:43 to go as the puck is dropped, and Oklahoma to their first man advantage. Blake all the way at the point, going to play it in deep. Here's DuPont. Circling out for Mondu. Now up top for Kagan, walking that line, shoots one, looking for a tip he couldn't find. Payne all the way back for Blake on the far sideboards. Head up, surveys for Kagan, fakes the shot, goes to Mondu. All the way across, Blake lays one on the ice that Payne deflected, but through the blue paint. 30 seconds gone in the man advantage. Mondu all the way across, Blake again, up top Kagan, soccer style, to keep it in control. Mondu into the center, here's a play to the bumper. And Mondu again slowly to Kagan, all the way across Blake, walking, shooting one, tipped out in front, and the rebound loose, but cleaned up by UCO, and they'll clear the zone.
Oh, and Nate Payne was so close to getting that to go into the net there. Had the screen and everything. It's a shame it didn't get in.
We'll see if we can get a good look at just how close that was in our next stoppage here as the Sooners risking a turnover in their own zone. Fodrell having to get on his horse, played all the way back to the netminder, BCB. Sam Sykes bothering Fodrell on his way out of the zone. Works his way through 2 defenders, not a third. And the Broncos again will clear this all the way back down the ice. Another fight. Here's a turnover out in front, and Sykes couldn't deflect it home. He had an open net and forked it just wide. Here's Best, dropping it for Fodrell. Jackson Fodrell, a point leader this year for the Sooners. He'll drop it for Best. Now Goldstein to the right side. Carlisle walking. Drops again. Goldstein shot on the ice, deflected into the netting, and we will get a breather.
I want to take a look back at that shot attempt there. It only got deflected in by Nate Payne. So it's like
we got the back end of it.
Yeah. Shot came from the high slot. Nate Payne had the open net, but wasn't able to get a stick on it. And it's still 0-0 here at Arctic Edge.
8:03 to go as we get back underway. 20 to go on the power play for Oklahoma. Carlisle back to the dot for Goldstein. He'll play it back out of the zone, and the Sooners are going to have to touch up here as the Sooner blue liner is not ready for it. His pass deflects off the skate into the zone. 5 seconds to go on the power play. This will do it for the man advantage as the puck wrapped around the boards. Out of the box now comes Blaha. Tries to play it to himself, but Best will deflect it into OU ice and will resume 5-on-5 play here. Neither team getting a shot on goal on their man advantage opportunity. Now Carson Glass into the zone, tries to weave his way through 2 defenders, gets it loose to the corner, and now spins on the forecheck. Drops it for Bells. Josh Bells up top for Baird. Baird's shot deflected, rebound there, and he couldn't put it home. It's Josh Bells in deep.
That was a great look from Josh Bells there.
Bells again, putting on a show here in deep in the corner. The one-man band as Will Baird now joins in. A tough fight for the puck here in the corner as Josh McDonald joins the ice. A partial change for the Sooners here, and it's deflected into the UCO bench by Will Baird.
Talked about at the beginning of this game what separates good teams from great teams, and that's that transition speed in the neutral zone. So far, that's been in UCO's hand right now. Been fast players like Sykes and whatnot, just taking the puck from the Sooners in that neutral zone, getting set up on the offensive zone. We saw it a lot in that power play that the Sooners had there. So get set up here in the neutral zone. Mondo on the face-off. Puck pops out.
And it'll go with McDonald. He wraps this one all the way in. Sooners ready to dump and chase this one. Blake has a step. He's the first one there and slows it down for Horn. Horn at the blue line. Keeps it in for the moment. Plays it off the boards and into the air. Looking for Mondu. Puck dies on its roll and can't find the Sooner forward. And here comes another call. We're going to get a high stick or a slash this time against Will Blake, I believe.
I couldn't quite tell what that was. It looked like a high stick or a slash. I wasn't too sure what it was. It looked like he was able to hit the puck and all of that. And then hit the back of the net.
We do have a look at it here. Take a look at the upper left part of your screen. Will Blake is behind the net here, and this is going to be a high stick. You can see as he fights for the puck, comes around, and counterclockwise finds his man.
Those are one of those ones that kind of hard to do anything about it in the heat of the moment. Stick just gets at the wrong place at the wrong time. Unfortunate one for the Sooners.
Second man advantage for the Broncos, who threatened on their first opportunity but couldn't find the back of the net, or BCB's pads for that matter. Hogan takes the draw. It's back for Dubecki. Dubecki launches one to BCB. Rebound is there! He got it!
Great awareness from BCB to stay down low. That shot just went right into his padding for the second time there on that rebound.
Sooners will get a quick line change in here as well after the penalty. Here's a look at it. The rebound just comes out right in front. Something you usually expect him to be in full control of.
Yeah, and Hogan had that shot too. It just BCB was able to get down faster.
Back underway, going to be wrapped all the way around by McDonald and out of the zone. Blaha giving chase here. Going to go all the way into his own territory. "13 points, 6 goals, 7 assists for Blaha so far this year. Leads his team, tied it is, with 13. In neutralized Sykes, plays it all the way across for Blaha. He'll wrap it in behind BCB, who turns. Carson Glass couldn't get it out of the zone. Now Horn does, and linesman got in the way of Sam Sykes, who lets his feelings be known with 5:54 to go and a minute 15 on the OU penalty.
Get on the Sooners to swallow that puck up in the on their defensive zone rather. Took some time off the penalty.
Sykes driving in, strong lower body, keeps his footing. Now puts it back out top to Becky, and the net came off behind the play. 1:04 on the penalty and 5:40 in the frame.
Second time this period that net's come off.
And something that does happen kind of frequently to Brendan Culbertson-Bond is that net coming off on him. And it's something that, in a series like this, if it happens too often, eventually the linesmen and the officials are going to take notice.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right with that. It's not an ideal problem to have.
Off the draw, the Broncos tried to get a shot right off the hop and couldn't get it in the wheelhouse. Kagan to one knee, gets it out of the zone here with 56 seconds to go, and the Sooners are halfway through this penalty. Monty behind his own net will start the rush. Got Carlisle playing defense up top here in the 1-3 penalty kill look for Oklahoma. In deep here, Best and Carlisle on this unit as Swearingen gets it free and a potential rush developing for the Sooners. He didn't see it though and plays it all the way ahead. Here's some frustration that time from Aaron Best as he made his way back to the bench. He had a long line of wide open ice.
Yeah, it's one of those you wish you could redo it, hit the undo button, but you got to keep playing here. 20 seconds left in this penalty, and the Sooners have done a great job of killing this one so far.
Swearingen back on the way to the bench, says on me. As 11 seconds to go, they get a quick line change in. McDonald and Horn, the defenseman. Here's a nice move from Stalzer out in front with a shot and a save by BCB. They're going to put it back out front here. Culbertson-Bond to his feet rather. Up top for Mondi. The penalty is over. Here's a shot deflected out wide, and the Sooners have numbers the other way. Here's Will Blake. Knocks it down for a 2-on-1. Got Baird. Blake walking in, finds Will Baird with a shot. Rebound is there. Blake spins and can't put it home. A great save by Pendleton.
That was a great save by Pendleton there to keep that one out of the net.
Here's a long feed ahead from BCB. Mondu works his way and tries to get one aerial style to Blake, who has out of the box, has some fire in his legs.
Some yelling coming from the Sooner bench. Not happy with how that one panned out.
No icing this time. BCB out of the net. Has to hustle that one around the boards. Dubecki in deep. Guerra shot and a great kick save by Culbertson Bond. The puck way up into the air. Finds its way out of play. Let's see if we can see that save by BCB here. I think we can. Just the front end of it.
He just got that pad on it. Was able to keep it out. Great goaltending on both sides of the ice tonight.
And we talked about not too many shots on goal. Well, that has changed in the past couple of minutes as these offenses came alive at the back end of that UCO penalty kill. That Sooner 2-on-1 kind of waking up the Broncos in return.
I mean, if you ever have 2-on-1 going against you, you definitely want to respond after that. It's not something you want to have happen again, or potentially worse.
Stalzer, who nearly opened the scoring down below the goal line, loses the puck where Goldstein will remove it from the offensive zone and play it back up for Aaron Best. Best given a clean entry, surveys his options, now puts a loose shot on the net, patted aside easily by Pendleton. He has looked sharp tonight so far. Fodrell to the point, a one-timer. The rebound is there. Fodrell, a backhander, couldn't get enough on it. Best puts it out in front, and Pendleton says enough of that and covers this one up.
You know, we talked about the shot department. Currently, Sooners leading it 10-5 right now. There have been shots. You might argue that they haven't been the best shots, however. And it'll be interesting to see if we can maybe, I feel like if you're going to get a goal against this squad, it's going to be through a screen or something weird. A traditional shot on net is just probably not going to go.
They will more than likely see Artem Lantuk tomorrow, the junior netminder, who has been a thorn in the Sooners' side in his couple of years at UCO so far. Tomorrow night for the Sooners, we're expecting to see Brandon Forden. He and Grayson Payne are in the top 10 rookie netminders in the ACHA this year in goalie stats, like save percentage, goals allowed, every category, both of them top 10. Just another look at the future this team has.
The depth is incredible. And to have two goalies like that come out and just play great hockey it's been such a fun thing to see.
Fodrell shot up into the netting that time will slow things down again. 2:52 to go in period number one that has had, just great pacing.
It's been fast, both ways, going both ways. I'd say UCO is a little faster overall, especially through that neutral ice we talked about. But, Sooners haven't missed a beat. They've been right on their tail this entire game.
2:52 to go as Nate Payne heads to the face-off dot. Wins it sideways into the skates of DuPont. Can't find it. Wraps it into the slot. Nobody home. Monticelli is there. Had that one go between his arm and leg as McDonald's wraparound attempt gets stopped up by Pendleton. Leaves it behind the net. Two Sooners crash in. Neither of them get a piece of it. Here's a break for the Broncos. 3-on-2 the other way. Blaha couldn't handle the pass, and they had to slow their roll. Here's Guerra. Works his way in. A great play by Nate Payne. Leaves his feet to get the puck loose. UCO still threatening here as the physicality starting to ratchet up here on the back end. Turned over again. Blaha gets it loose. A weak shot on the ice. Couldn't get it free. Now Culbertson Bond down on his feet. The whistle is blown to stop play.
BCB didn't have that entirely covered. Called a little early there.
And perhaps a break for the Sooners as their netminder. No worse for wear at that time, but perhaps getting a bit of the puck luck they need to get back into this series.
Looks like the net might have come off for a third time there as well. So either way, good rest. We'll reset. 2:14 to go here. As Hogan takes the face off for UCO.
Wins it back for Taylor. Out in front. Here's a backhand chance from Hogan. Loose in front, and I think Culbertson Bond got a piece of it. Up top again, Dubecki. Energy with the Broncos here. Taylor centering one. Sticked away by Culbertson Bond. A rebound out in front. A great save by Kagan. He got it with his backhand. Alex Kagan playing goalie for the Sooners from his defensive spot there. What a play.
For both him and BCB. Great goaltending all around would hold off that UCO rush.
1:39 to go in the first period, and a big Bronco push here in the past few minutes. They have tied the shots on goal tally at 10 apiece, 5 straight. Here's Glass, a 3-on-3 the other way. All three Sooner forwards enter the zone onside. The linesman goes down alongside two players, one from each side, and we play on. Kagan, soccer style to himself, now up to Glass. He'll circle and play it to Swearingen. Blake Swearingen Looking for Glass, couldn't find him. He pokes it away and forces a turnover. In deep, Mondu. He'll circle, head up, tries to get it across, nobody home. He was looking for Glass in the back door. 1 minute to go in the first period. McDonald is offside and has to tag up here. It'll delay the Bronco rush and allow the Sooners to catch up. McDonald plays it to his right side, Swearingen up ahead for Glass. Off the boards, nobody home that time. And a long pass across, can't find anybody in white either. A loose puck here, finally gathered up by Swearingen. Plays it out of the zone, where the Broncos have to tag up.
And a little earlier before this, a little bit of miscommunication on the Sooners line change. Looks like you're able to recover from that, keep things going. But those are things you don't want to have those continue throughout this game. You want to be all on the same page.
Mondu out of the zone, 19 to go, a 2-on-2 rush. Guerra coming up behind him. Mondu tried to work his way free, and he's able to get an offensive zone draw out of it as Pendleton needs to melt the puck down, but nothing more dangerous than that.
Yeah, Pendleton had some of his own guys sliding down from him, act as a screen in a good way. Was able to keep the puck from getting in the net or Fraudulent getting a shot on it. So good thing for Pendleton there.
Take a look at the upper middle part of your screen here as this puck comes loose. That is Alex Kagan, who sweeps it away with the backhand to keep this game tied up, 0-0.
That's everything you want in a defender right there. You can have a defender that can play defender but also play goalie. That's just the best.
Almost playing goalpost. Sooner bench was calling for Fodrell to get on the wall that time. They wanted to run a set play. He couldn't hear them. And 10 seconds to go now in the period. Sooners trying to get it free for a last shot opportunity. Best took a hit up high, would play on. Here's Carlisle flying into the play. One out in front for Fodrell. Couldn't get a stick to it, and that is how we end things in period number 1. The shots on goal, 11-10 in favor of the Sooners, but nobody has cracked the score column yet. Like we said, great pacing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's been fast. And if you're either team here, you just want to find that first one. If you can dictate the pacing, if you can dictate the scoring, even better.
You start to feel like whoever scores first in this hockey game is going to have a really good chance at winning it with how things have gone so far. The Sooners being held off by the linesmen now to allow UCO to get to their locker room first. They're going to put some space between these players as they traditionally do. And we'll go ahead and take a leave here for the second intermission. We'll hear from Christian Markey again before we come back to play. We're also going to have a look at some of your favorite Sooner players and a preview of tomorrow night. We're going to have some very special guests here in the building, it sounds like.
And as you were saying, just going back really quickly to the first one to score first. You didn't think it was going to be one of those games. You thought it might be kind of high scoring. Going 0-0 into the first intermission here. It is going to come down if you can get that first one, that second one. And then if you're on the other side of that, how do you respond to it? Do you get that first? Do you get that second? Do you tie it up here?
And something the Sooners have dealt with this entire long winning streak the Broncos have against them has been the response of UCO. They always seem to come right back at the Sooners right when they finally get a leg up on them. So that'll be something they talk about in the locker room. They've often scored right before or right out of the period break. And so that's what the Sooners are able to stop this time. And I'm sure you know as a former netminder, when you get scored on right before the break, you've got a good 15 minutes to go think about it.
It's the best feeling to just be able to, reset before you go into it. If you get into that cycle where you let one in and you let another one in a little bit later, it wears on you mentally. So if you can have those 15 minutes, reset, talk with your coaches, it's the best way to go into that next period, as you were saying.
We're going to take a break on OU Hockey TV. Coming up here in about 15 minutes or so, we'll have some intermission coverage for you. Stick around with us and don't go anywhere. This is the I-35 rivalry with your conference-leading Sooners.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
Welcome back, everybody. OU Hockey TV is proudly brought to you here on our YouTube channel by Logie's on the Corner, on Campus Corner. You can join us there every Wednesday evening that we can make it down there, of course, with our student schedules for Hockey Time in Oklahoma with Christian Markey and Amy Acevedo. Elijah, I'm sure we'll have you join that rotation as we get into next semester. Which, one thing to keep note of, this is the last series of the year before Christmas break. So a happy early holidays to everybody, however they may celebrate. Let's take it downstairs. Christian Markey, we were talking, but I think he and we have an agreement on this has been one of the best-paced games of the year so far, and the Sooner fans have really shown out pretty well tonight. Well, we'll get back down to him in just a second and see if we can't get that going for you. Let's try it again. Christian, can you hear me?
Good. All right,
now.
welcome down here, Sooner fans. We talked about that pace of play earlier during the intermission report, and that's been something to note. We see that shot tally at 11 for the Sooners and 10 for UCO. But the story has been goaltending, hands down. Brendan Culbertson-Bond putting together a good performance. The Sooners have to clean up those rebounds. That's going to be something that's definitely talked about in the locker room during the intermission, is cleaning up those rebounds and burying the second chance opportunities as we get ready to start this second period. As I toss it back up to you, Mr. Caleb Shaw.
Thank you, Christian, my friend, as we get right back to it here. A well-paced game, like we've said so far tonight, that scoreless but competitive all throughout, and really has been a story of goaltending. Cameron Pendleton comes into this game with a save percentage in the high 800s. Perfect so far.
Yeah, and we touched on the great goaltending, but also just UCO is going to come out here with a rush. Regardless of the score, they're always going to come out with a rush into the beginning of a period. And how do you keep up with it?
And you can hear them being reintroduced back onto the ice now in front of this raucous Bronco barn ahead of us. Taking a look at the WCHL standings. Like we said, OU and Utah tied over at first. Over at Central Oklahoma, 5-7-0 in the conference, good for 15 points so far, in 6th place by their own, and just outside that top 25 because those wins they have in conference, they're quality wins.
No, absolutely. That's what matters for that computer. How well can you get a good goal deficit compared to your opponent if you get that win?
And taking a look at Pendleton, a 902, so just above 800 this year, right over the 900 mark, but a 402 goals allowed. He's looking to go way above that mark tonight in this one so far, pitching that shutout through one period.
He's already shown it. He doesn't look like a 902 goalie at all. And the fact that if he can keep that pace of play up, he's on set to do some damage to the Sooners here.
6'3", 185 pounds from Little Elm, Texas. And Artem Lantuk on the bench, a connection to my Carolina Hurricanes like Pyotr Kochetkov from Russia.
The more you know. So get set to go here.
Sam Sykes and Mondu will take the draw. 20 minutes on the clock, and period number 2 is back underway from Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Blake Swearingen will play it up into UCO territory. No risk of icing this time as Dubecki chases it deep into the zone. He'll play it on his backhand up near Guerra, trying to flip it back out. He will. And Mondu and Swearingen give chase here. Arm is up for icing. Waved off by the far side official very late as Blaha gave chase here. Nearly turns over Swearingen. Now a 2-on-2 fight in the corner for it. OU can't come away with it. Here's a shot from Dubecki, blocked by Tristan Glass up into the sky.
And we saw a little bit of it continuing here. Just jamming that puck in the corner. You see it here on the replay. How detrimental that is to just killing a rush, regardless of which team you are. You want to do it when you're on defense, ideally. If you're on offense, you want to try and get that puck free.
It's all about open space, getting that defense moving and trying to get a clear lane on BCB where you've got a good angle on him, or making sure he can't see that shot. Because so far tonight, neither of these netminders, if they see it, it's not going in.
Right, absolutely.
Here's Horn. He'll break his way into the offensive zone. Lets a loose shot go that nearly snuck its way through, just as we say. Goes just wide. Now turned over. A pass out in front. Fodrell's shot got put aside by Pendleton. Most dangerous chance of the night so far for the Sooners. Now Horn. Horn's walking shot on the ice. Loose and pushed just wide. Fodrell again in the corner. He'll put a sweeping shot on a tough angle, and Kagan has to scoop this one up. He'll play it back in deep. Carlisle keeps the rush alive. A big collision out at center ice here as Kagan couldn't get back in the zone.
Yeah, kind of killed the play there for the Sooners. Kagan went down on the ice. It allowed for some open ice and for some UCO players to get onto the ice.
So it kills the rush as he delivers some words to Adam Stalzer, who had him down at the blue line for a moment. We play on at Arctic Edge. A nice move into the zone that time by Hogan. Stays on his feet. Now sweeps it out in front, looking for a one-timer that won't be provided from McDonald. They do keep it in the zone. Taylor lets one go, blockered away by BCB, and his first challenge of the second period is handled.
Take a look here at that replay. Taylor had that shot. It was pretty open. BCB saw it the whole way. It's what you want to do if you're a defenseman. You want to get the puck in on net. Ideally, you want to have bodies in front of the net, though, to cover that shooting lane a little bit and try and get a screen going there.
Just a minute and some change off of the clock here as we get through period 2. Here's a shot that got blocked out in front off the faceoff draw. They love to do that, do the Broncos, those set plays, trying to get that puck fed into the slot early.
It keeps you on your toes for sure, especially as a goalie. Those always scare me when they come at you.
A developing 2-on-1. Now a forechecking opportunity for the Broncos. They can't get a hold of it, and the Sooners ice this puck down. Pendleton out of his net to play it here will wave off the whistle. Carson Glass in front. Here's Bells. Bells walking, and a save made by Pendleton. He swallowed it up.
And the right idea from Carson Glass there to get the puck to the slot as best he could. Let's take a look here. Puck just pops out. Carson Glass there with the pass out. The shot comes, and Pendleton had seen it all the way there. As we stayed scoreless here.
Just $2 off the clock so far. In period number 2, the Broncos have extended the shots on goal lead now. They lead at 17-11. After the Sooners' most recent, we're going to try that again as the puck goes right up in the netting.
Let's say here for the offensive face-off.
Payne, DuPont, and Monticelli. Played all the way around the boards here. McDonald trying to hold it in. Gets played past his skate, and away go the Broncos. Here's Guerra with Sykes. In the zone onside, Zach Guerra drops it for Andre Blaha. Blaha up top, Dubecki shooting one, looking for a tip. He couldn't find it. Now Monticelli plays it back out, held in, pawed down by Dubecki. Taylor, that is. Check it as he works his way back in. Still with the puck. Driving towards the slot and now dispossessed. Nate Payne got taken down. Clean play that time. No whistle upcoming, and UCO starting their engine back the other way. Blaha trying to work his way free. A touch pass here for Guerra and wrapped all the way back around the boards. Taylor again. Plays it in deep. A collision out in front of the net. 2 bodies go down, as do the arms. They stay there. Here's a play across the slot and a chance. Guerra couldn't put it home past BCB. Now Taylor winds. He'll shoot one that got blocked, and he is upended by Monticelli.
That was a big block from Monticelli. Glad to see he's okay, back up on his feet. And then BCB with that big save early on.
And he plays so close to the goal line when he gets down in his butterfly that he kind of leads to those nets getting taken off. It looks like he got a hold of one of them again. Didn't knock it all the way off this time, but loosened it enough to get the ref's attention.
No, yeah, as you're saying, it's not the first time that net's come up for BCB. He definitely does play a little lower into that crease. Payne on the face-off.
Won by the Broncos off the side of the net. Hogan tried to force one in at a sharp angle. Here's Glass, blocks a shot, gets it out of the zone. Long play in on BCB, couldn't handle a rebound, and McDonald, Johnny on the spot that time, will clean this one up.
It's been a surprisingly unphysical game. I don't know if unphysical is a word, but you
outside,
get what I'm saying.
There was that 2 or 3 shift period where they kind of went at it for a while, as Tristan Glass is offside here, got to catch up. But outside of that, it has been a very cleanly played game between these two teams, kind of feeling each other out still. Here's a play for Stalzer, a break for the Broncos. Adam Stalzer walks in, saved by BCB, but they call it in. It looks like it snuck through, and they score to open up the night. Thought he had it at first, but that one, they're saying, found its way through, and the Broncos strike in the second period.
Personally, I did not see that go in, but I'm also quite far away from that. So if they called it, they called it. What an effort.
And not a great angle for us here. The play started in the neutral zone where the Sooners kind of got discombobulated again, and This is a team that, we said it in the open, they will score goals and make you pay for mistakes.
Yeah, as exactly how you were saying. They've been fast all day. They've been fast all game. And they've been really pushing the Sooners here in the second period at that opening rush, just like we talked about.
Haven't seen the Sooners play from behind very much in this building this year, as Mondu, off that faceoff, going to drag his way into the offensive zone, trying to work some space free. Comes around with a backhand try, nobody home that time. Out at top looking for Swearingen, couldn't get it to him. And now McDonald able to work his way into the OU zone. On his backhand, gets it across for a shot that wouldn't go home. Rebroker had an open net and couldn't find it. Fodrell again, a partial 3-on-2 for the Sooners. Jackson Fodrell shot swallowed by Pendleton.
Good look from Fodrell. You just got to have a little bit more to it than just that. Camden Pendleton saw that one all the way.
Sooners.
Look at it here. Yeah, same thing. Just a good save.
Sooners on the bench, still with some positive body language and not really taking that goal to heart, I guess you could say, so far, Elijah. But it's something they're going to have to respond from, and you can see the coaches on the bench trying to give them some instruction here about, make them play your game.
You don't want to sit behind. You don't want to let that dwell on you. You want to clean this up as quickly as you can. The shot got blocked out in front there.
Yeah, Aaron Best off the draw tried to rip one on net. Couldn't find it, or couldn't find the handle on it, as Rieger plays it to Bassett. Bassett will wrap one all the way around. Pendleton out of his net. And an aerial flip out towards the point. Bassett fans on a pass trying to get it back in deep. And now Fodrell will flip it at the point, looking for Carlisle. Someone blew a tire back there. It was Dubecki. As here go the Broncos again. Guerra trying to work his way in. Here's Mondi, shot, scores! And they add to it just like that.
Look at Mondi with the shot. Gets it through. You just have an open net there. It's a tough one for BCB. A lot of bodies in front of the net. That's one you want back, but you really can't do much about it, as we've been saying. And if you're the Steelers, you really need a response here because you've digged yourself in a hole and you haven't seen much in return.
And we just mentioned that the language on the bench for the Sooners, they still look pretty positive now. Things starting to stiffen up a bit for the Crimson and Cream. Hogan wins that draw forward. Goals from Stalzer and Frank Mondi have made it 2-0 here midway through the second period. We're about 5 minutes in to this next frame. Here's Nate Payne trying to chase a puck down on the near sideboards. Couldn't get a piece of it. Now takes a check to make the play.
The crowd's really in this one tonight. We're talking about during the intermission, it's like 70-30 UCO fans. So if you're out there in the crowd, get loud for us. Sooners need it.
Payne in the corner. Couldn't get a shot into the slot area. As McDonald giving chase here. Rebroker trying to squeeze his way through defenders as McDonald plays it away. Sooners going to get a power play here upcoming as Stalzer works his way to the puck but shoots one high. And it was made redundant by the upcoming call.
And I believe that was Goldstein. We had Goldstein to draw that penalty in the first place. Hopefully get some momentum going the other way. Even up the shot department for the Sooners here. Looks like that'd be Rob Broker in the box there, Ray Broker. Sooners got 2 minutes here. See what we can do with it. Try and get some shots on. Even up this game.
14:27 to go in period number 2. 18-15 the shots on goal, total 2-0 where it counts. Sooners do win the draw. Best will circle and try to set things up here. Sykes trying to work it out of the zone. He does, and a potential 2-on-0 breaking out here. Sykes lost his stick, an upcoming penalty. Here's the shot, saved by Culbertson Bond, and we're going to go to 4-on-4.
Not a good opening face-off for the Sooners there.
And here's the call right off of it.
Just upends the stick. Yeah, you're not going to get away with that. Especially as clear and blatant as that one. So we'll go 4-on-4 here. A lot of ice to work with, though. Still a lot of time in this game, so it's really anyone's game still. And if you're the Sooners, you got to start building something here.
14:07 now with 1:41 on the Bronco penalty. It's Tristan Glass, one of the Sooners' penalty killers, who will be serving.
That's a piece you don't really want to have sitting in the box in a time like this.
Bondu on for the draw here. A lot of open ice. That might favor the Broncos in this scenario as they win the draw for Dubecki. J.C. Dubecki. Pressured by Kagan. Now Will Blake will watch it pop up into BCB's glove and will stop play there.
It's like an outfielder for a baseball team with that catch. Good one, though, just to stop and reset the momentum here. Hopefully get something going the other way.
Face off here to BCB's right side. It is Hogan and Mondu. They'll fight for the puck here. It comes to the sideboards. Mondu tried to backhand it out of the zone. Stalls or gets a piece of it. Now Mondu forces a turnover. He'll work his way into neutral ice here, going 1-on-3. Ben Mondu drags to his backhand now around the net. He'll leave one for Blake. Will Blake plays around a defender. Now gets it up to the point here. Goldstein walking, finds Kagan. Kagan with a shot. He couldn't find Blake. Tried to get a seam on the back door that time as Will Blake will reset here. Sooners playing slowly and have to tag up. It trickles past the blue line. Kagan thought about dumping it back in. Tries to go cross ice, got deflected. Hogan on his horse, called back to the bench for a line change.
And some messy passing coming here in the second period for the Sooners. Neutral zone passing in particular hasn't been the cleanest. As I say that, Fodrell goes offsides.
And that will stop play here. 36 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Sooner bench not very happy about that offside call. It was very close to the blue line.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It looked close. I mean, I'm not on the ice, nor am I the official, so I'm not one to say anything. But it was a close call for sure, and definitely kills the momentum even further.
So just over 13 to go here in period number 2. The Broncos up 2-0 over Oklahoma. One back to Becky. Goes it all the way across for Taylor. Taylor tried to center it for McDonald. Couldn't get a stick loose. Up top again, Taylor. Lets one go. Caught by Culbertson Bond.
Right idea from Fodrell to get your knee down in front of that puck. Try and stop it there. Got through to BCB, but he saw the puck the whole way.
22 seconds to go of 4-on-4 hockey. Afterwards, the Broncos will inherit about 17, 18 seconds of power play time. Carlisle couldn't get that draw back cleanly. McDonald couldn't get it to his stick either. And away go the Sooners 2-on-2. Carlisle with Fodrell. Owen Carlisle leads the way into the zone. Drops it, looking for McDonald. He couldn't get a stick to it. And now a 3-on-2 breaking out the other way for the Broncos. Leading the way in, all the way across for Dubecki, trying to knock it down. That was Doucet who provided the pass. And the penalty time is up. Broncos with the power play here for 15 seconds. Blaha all the way across. Clara, and a great save by Culbertson Bond.
Good on BCB there for getting down fast and seeing that shot coming before it happened there. That's why he was able to get that save and get in that positioning. Let's take a look at this play here.
Right off the bench.
No, yeah, he was ready for it. That's just good play calling there from the UCO bench. Guerrero had a great shot on net there on BCB.
Sooners will be looking to kill this one off, and Tristan Glass is up on his feet, ready to go. So keep an eye here for a long spring pass if the Sooners can get it going. Right off the draw. UCO does win it back. It comes loose. Glass, eyes on the clock, has 5 seconds, can't come out this time. And now, with an icing call against UCO, this is going to come all the way back into their territory. 1 second on the penalty.
As you were saying, Glass still sitting on the bench for now. Sooners can get some possession on, he can come back on here. Hopefully generate some offense as we've been talking about here.
Blake, Mondu, McDonald, and Kagan, with Blaha hanging out way on the far side, potentially awaiting the arrival of Tristan Glass out of the box. The draw is contested, Glass is released, and OU plays it into the corner. Mondu takes a hit to keep the puck free. Now Will Blake in the corner. This one played all the way back behind everybody as Mondu, been out there for a while and tired, able to get to the puck and knock it free. Blaha plays it ahead. Kagan deflects that one. Pass didn't get through. Now Mondu staying on the ice here. Works into the zone, looking for a pass to Glass that he couldn't handle. Kept off the bench with a great hand-eye play by Blaha right in front of us. This one to Kagan. Plays it all the way across the ice. This is McDonald. Now Mondu. Mondu plays this one around. McDonald keeps it in the zone. Chips it off the boards. As Glass lays a heavy hit along the far sideboard, knocking his opposite number, Sam Sykes, down. 2 more bodies flying, Mondu and Guerra. Guerra a little bit slow to get up, but to the bench under his own power, and seemingly no worse for wear. Long pass ahead for Baird. He's got some open ice to work with into the offensive zone with a long shot saved by Pendleton, and he's going to swallow that one up, content with a whistle.
And great positioning there from Baird. Pendleton had him read. It was the right idea, though. Trying to get that rush going there for the Sooners. And we talked about it a little bit, those tired bodies for the Sooners. That Mondu line's been out there for quite some time on the ice, getting constant minutes in throughout these past first 2 periods. It's interesting to see how they mix it up here. If you stick with that line or how you choose to play the rest of this game.
Back to the top where Horn works with it. He'll play one in. That got kicked away by Taylor. In behind the net where Baird will take control. Baird looking for a centering feed. Too much traffic out in front. And he'll play it up top for Horn. Horn on the blue line. It's onside. Now Bells. Bells a shot. Tipped out in front. The rebound is there. And Baird will regroup.
You have to have those rebounds or at least something going there for the Sooners. That puck just kind of sat there for a little bit. Granted, there was a lot of bodies in front of that net. Made it hard to do it. As this puck gets swallowed up here against the end boards.
Another big fight as Carson Glass pinning his man to the boards. It's J.C. Dubecki. Dubecki knocks it free for Stalzer. Now the Sooners again crowding the puck. To the far side, UCO has numbers this way, and they'll evade the zone now. Taylor able to work his way in, keeps the puck on his stick, and wraps it around for Hogan. Hogan trying to center one, nobody home, and Connor Horn breaks out the other way. He's got Best to his far side. Drops it for Best, couldn't get his stick to it, and Connor Horn from his defensive spot now on the forecheck, plays it back to Fodrell. Fodrell lets it go to Goldstein, his shot blocked, and another rush here for the Broncos coming up. Here's Hogan, Cullen Hogan walks, shoots one just wide. And the Sooners get away with another mistake.
Again, it's just the passing in the neutral zone. It's been leaving the Sooners up short here.
Puck luck has saved the game for this hockey club so far midway through the second period. Here's Best now, trying to evade the offensive zone now for the Broncos, who have hemmed in the Sooners, and they'll play it into the netting here. We'll get a stoppage, and Oklahoma needs it.
Something I noticed on the defensive side of the puck for the Sooners is whenever they're in their own zone, they tend to commit 3 guys pretty hard to one side of the ice or another. Now, I'm not an expert, I'm not a coach or anything along those lines. It's leaving a lot of open ice, and UCO, you can just tell by the way they're playing on offense, they're taking advantage of every inch of that ice that they're being given. And you want to close that up ideally.
The draw comes from just outside the offensive zone on the opposite side of the ice from us. Mondu wins it sideways, and Oklahoma plays it to the near side. Swearingen, his pass deflected. As Will Blake in the defensive zone loses it. Here's Blaha. His shot goes wide. Mondu giving chase now to the far side. He's got some space to work with. Deflects it away from one defender, and now wraps it around looking for Blake. Some shuffling on the forward lines here. Blake goes down to make the play happen. Glass gets it back behind the net, drops it for Will Blake. Out in front for Glass, scores! Tristan Glass, and the Sooners have half the lead.
Take a look at it here on the replay. That was a great heads-up play by Will Blake to get that puck out in front of the slot. You see it working on the end boards.
And a heady play by Glass to leave it for him, trying to set that up. Blake Swearingen hyping up the bench. We're not done yet in Edmond tonight. The Sooners are right back in this thing.
Absolutely not. That's exactly when you want a goal. We're halfway through the game, everything to play for. You couldn't have put yourself in a better position. It's just you got to keep your foot on the gas. You cannot let up here.
Sooners have retaken the shots on goal lead, 21-17 now with this most recent rush. And at 5-on-5, get this back to a 1-goal game. DuPont deflects one in as Pendleton melts this one down, and on the 21st shot of the night, the Sooners finally break the sophomore netminder.
I just want to go back to that really quickly. Will Blake, the play behind the boards there, keep the puck despite the pressure from UCO, keeps it, gets it out in front. We were talking about those rebounds not going in earlier, and they were finally able to capitalize on one.
And that's the kind of rat you want on your team like that. And Will Blake, excellent play that time to make it happen. 8:49 to go here. It'll be Payne, Baird, and DuPont here. That third forward line here with some good size and forechecking ability for Coach Arvaniz. Bassett off the draw, lets a shot go well wide. Rebound there from Payne, tried to tuck it home. Pendleton was ready.
Yeah, that glove ready to go on that one. Payne's stick was not really able to get into it there. We'll get another offensive zone face-off for the Sooners. Great momentum change. You can feel it here in Arctic Edge.
8:45 to go in period 2 as Payne wins the draw back. Bassett held that one. No, it was offside by just a few inches, and the linesman catches that one.
They're not giving them anything here in Arctic Edge. Offsides have been prevalent, to say the least.
And while contact has been allowed to go on the ice, anything that has crossed the line has been called nearly right away.
It's good officiate. You can't hate on it. It's how the game's meant to be played. It just kills your momentum. And that's, as frustrating as it is a part of the game.
Here's Baird. Wins a race to the puck and keeps it in OU hands. And taken down back behind the play. We're going to get a call here. That one's not going to fly. And just like we said, anything in this series is likely going to get called.
Yeah, good on Baird there. Kind of stayed upended. He was able to get that call.
Right there, you can see him get taken down to the backside of the play, top right of your screen. It'll go down as, I believe, an interference call against UCO. And Oklahoma, after scoring just a couple minutes ago now to the power play with 8:27 to go, down by 1.
It's looking good, and that Mondu line comes out again. You got Payne on it now, and you got DuPont. It's a little bit different from what we've seen before for this first power play line.
UCO wins the draw back. Looks like Dubecki tried to clear the zone. Blake waiting for it, plays it in deep. DuPont all the way up top. Kagan walking, shooting, deflected out in front by Payne, and a good kick save by Pendleton. Up top, Mondu. And Mondu deep for Payne. Payne walking with a sharp angle shot, couldn't find the target. And he'll play it back behind the net now. Nate Payne off the boards, looking for Blake, got past his skates, and Sam Sykes out to center, threatening, will force the Sooners to retreat. Now Mondu, a 3-on-2 developing. Ben Mondu walks in, tried to get it to his forehand for a shot, and couldn't corral it. Mondu out in front for Payne, couldn't get a one-timer from the bumper spot. Now Blake drags and tries to shoot one out in front for Payne. It's loose, and he'll cover it up. DuPont couldn't get the shot away.
And Blake just going right back at it again. He's just been a gamer in this second period.
He's been a different player tonight from the rest of the year so far. His best of the year, bar none.
It's great to see. You just add one more piece of depth to that line.
And someone who the past couple of years is one of the Sooners' top scorers this year, held out the lineup a little bit early on, in it tonight in the biggest game of the year so far.
He's shown up.
Certainly has. 1:11 on the power play, 7:38 in the second period. This one is one sideways. Aaron Best surveying, will play it in deep. Trading places with Carlisle. Now up top, Goldstein will walk. This way, Carlisle again, in deep. Best out in front for Glass. His shot couldn't go. Here's a try from Goldstein. Now Carlisle reloads, tried to go across the ice, and UCO intercepts this one to play it all the way down. About half the power play gone here. The Sooners have some time to work with. BCB out of the net, plays it to Carlisle. Got UCO moving that time, but a pass into no man's land is going to get swallowed up by J.C. Dubecki and played all the way back into OU territory. Carlisle drops it for Goldstein. He'll drop it in return. All the way across Fadra. Head up, here's Best. Aaron Best walking in with a step. Aaron Best all the way across, couldn't find a friend. And another penalty upcoming to the Broncos. The Sooners are going to have 23 seconds of 5-on-3.
Best was shaking up pretty hard behind that play. He's up on his feet now. He's coming to the bench, but that...
We do have a look at it for you. And you can see right there on the back end, just taken off of his feet well after the puck had left his vicinity.
That's not a hit you want to see. And that physicality is sneaking its way into the game now. 6:50 to go here in the second.
The call is again holding. It's a 2-minute minor here, but like we said, 23 seconds of what is the Sooners' best chance so far in this hockey game.
They've had the shots. They've had the looks. You have 5-on-3. You've got the most open ice you'll ever get in a game like this. Now is the chance to go if you're the Sooners. So they might try and get a shot from just behind the circles here from Payne. That's exactly it.
Payne will walk, elects to leave it, and a play at the blue line. Carlisle keeps it onside. Fadril. Carlisle have a catch. Mondu. Now Carlisle. Fadril's one-timer blocked. It broke the stick of Hogan. So now a partial 5-on-2. Fodgel again fanned on it. Here's Carlisle. Fodgel one more time off the post. Mondu keeps it in. We're back to 5-on-4. The first penalty is expired. 1:27 to go.
One of the UCO players does still not have a stick.
Carlisle works his way around a defender. A second to his feet. Now Glass spinning with it. Drops it for Payne. Glass again behind the net. Surveys up top. They'll slow it down. Fodgel. 1:10 to go. Carlisle. Fodgel again all the way across from Mondu. Couldn't get it in the wheelhouse. Here's a weak shot on the rebound. Loosened the slot. And Sykes tries to get it out. Can't. Here's Glass chasing. The Sooners are still onside. Hogan still does not have a stick. Carlisle again for Fodgel. Fodgel walking. Shooting one just wide. Hogan soccer style to the boards. Intercepted by Mondu. Mondu walking, looking for Glass. Up top, Carlisle. Carlisle walks and shoots one. And we have a stoppage.
It's like the net came off, just barely.
And with 37 seconds on the power play, the Broncos get a much-needed line change.
Yeah. And as I mentioned before, Hogan didn't have a stick for pretty much that entire
sequence. Yeah.
And managed to still be effective on it. Kept the Sooners goalless here in this one. Fodgel with some great looks on net, just not able to get any of them going. So we get set here again. Got Will Blake in the face-off dot.
37 to go on the power play as we get a false start that time. Now we're back underway as Best off the draw. Tried to force a shot in, couldn't get it loose, and now a turnover behind the play. Blake surveys up to Kagan. Kagan across to Goldstein. Just the second power play unit for Coach Arvin. It is Kagan in deep. Blake surveys out in front looking for Best, who couldn't get a stick to it. And with 21 to go, the Broncos clear it down again. Time for one more rush. Blake will get it started. Plays up ahead for Goldstein. Got a man behind him. And now Bowles intercepts the play in the neutral zone. Plays it into OU territory. A shorthanded chance. Walking in. Here's a dare. He gets a shot and a save by Culbertson Bond.
What a save by BCB. That was incredible. Got down early, just covered the post. Wasn't able to get a shot on through that.
Here come the Sooners. The other way. The penalty has expired. Jussain nearly broke his way into the zone. Goldstein plays it up for DuPont. Sooners without numbers. A shot glove by Pendleton to the appreciation of this Bronco crowd. Let's take a look at that save from Brendan Culbertson Bond.
And just had it in control the whole way through. That's just a great save right there. Got the pad out, able to keep it out there.
Didn't bite too hard, able to get his way right to left. Tell you what, this team owes Brendan Culbertson Bond a beer after this period.
Absolutely.
He has kept it within reach for the Sooners and fought off 3 breakaways. Guerra off the draw, took a shot to the back of the head. We're going to make sure he's all right. Looks like he is, and we'll continue 5-on-5. Glass forces a turnover. And I believe, no, we did have an arm up behind the play. We are going to get a penalty here. Bells is heading to the box.
I was surprised there wasn't one.
Yeah,
sooner.
so was I. And that will put the Broncos back in the power play with momentum on their side and the crowd right back in this thing.
It's a tough blow for Josh Bells. Not much. So we got another power play here for UCO. As I was saying, it's not one you want to take, but you know, BCB's been playing hot, especially in this past minute. So hopefully you can just cover it off here and try and get some momentum going the other way after the penalty kill. Or maybe, you know, shorthanded, it can happen. Can never count it out, especially with the Sooner squad. That face-off is won by UCO.
They'll play to the far board. Sykes, they are 12.2% on the power play, 11.1 at home.
They're going to call that hit.
Sooners going to go to the 5-on-3 here. There it is. Nate Payne touches up, and the Broncos to a 2-man advantage. It's Blake Swearingen heading to the box.
We talked about the evening up of the calls. Sooners got a 5-on-3, now UCO gets a 5-on-3. So this is big here in the second period.
And so throw those stats out the window. Another big test here for one of these teams tonight.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting how if the Sooners can survive this one or if they can get anything going in the second, or do you just try and get to that third period?
It'll be a minute 46 of the two-man advantage, 3:58 to go in the second period. So they can carry about half of this period on the power play at large as it stands. Glass off the draw, trying to get it out of the lineman's skates, and they will not escape the zone. Dubecki holds it in right at the blue line across for Sykes. Sykes up top, Blaha. Dubecki again, lost it in his skates, and hangs on at the sideboard. The UCO chant starts here at Arctic as Blaha surveys in deep. Sykes up top again, they work to Dubecki across. Blaha's shot, deflected, rebound, score! Colin Hogan, and it's a 2-goal game again.
BCB showing some frustration after that one. He did not want to let that one go in. It just found its way in, unfortunately, as UCO extends its lead up to 2.
It will leave a minute 33 of power play time.
And BCB not happy with that at all, shaking his head as Connor Horn skated by. It's hard to do that. It's hard to be in net on a 5-on-3, and you know it's going to happen. You just got to keep going from here, though.
3-1 your score now as Swearingen still 90 seconds in the box here. The Sooners got to kill this off. Blake playing up front on the penalty kill. LeBroker drives into the zone. Payne is the first one there in gray. Tries to fork it ahead. Can't do it. Back behind the net go the Broncos. Played out in front. Horn couldn't get a piece of that one. Now Redmond in deep. Back up top again. Mondi. He's got a goal tonight. Now back to him again, playing catch at the top of the zone. Rebroker, he lets one go. Deflected, rebound there, but Doucet couldn't get a shot off. And up top, Mondi again. 54 to go on the power play. In deep, Stalzer all the way back up top, Doucet. Stalzer lets one go. McDonald on his horse trying to reach it for Oklahoma. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Still 3-on-1 in the corner. This one will escape to the neutral zone, and a rolling puck is chased down by Frank Mondi. 36 seconds left here in the power play. 2:28 to go in the period.
Redmond was looking for a call on the back end of that play there. It looked like one of the Sooners got a stick on him, but it wasn't called. Referee waved it off. We keep playing here as Blaha tries to enter the zone, I should say.
As Aaron Best able to stop him up that time as Mondu threatening in neutral ice. Here's Kagan, plays it ahead and couldn't find either breaking forward. Here's Sykes walking in. Sykes, soccer style to himself. A backhand shot goes wide of Culbertson Bond and the net. Kagan all the way down the ice here. An aerial flip should do it for the power play. And Swearingen, 2 seconds and 1, back out of the box. And 5-on-5 returns to Arctic Edge here. A long pass up the ice. Guerra played off the puck. Mondu skating up ice, works his way into the zone, gets it back to his forehand, but dispossessed. Dropping it now, Swearingen. He winds and tees one up that goes wide. Sykes on the sideboards, plays it up and caught by Kagan. He'll hold it in a long shot, caught by Pendleton with 1:27 left in the period.
Camden Pendleton and that glove have been best buds right now. Every shot he seems to get it with his glove. It's great goaltending. It's what you want to see if you're UCO. But for Sirius, man, it's haunting you because I feel like every shot, it's just getting caught in that glove.
They lead the shots on goal by 8, 27-19, but 3-1 where it counts. The home team, Broncos, lead it. Carlisle to the dot here with Fodrell and Best on this line. He'll win it back. Best spinning will backhand it into the corner for Carlisle. Works his way past one defender, trying to find a lane. And now double team out front. Best winds and shoots when it got blocked into the netting.
And Mondi able to just get the block, gets it out, gets the shot away. Pendleton didn't even have to worry about it there. It's great defensive playing.
Not a worry that time for UCO as it's like we're procuring a new game puck here. Carlisle back to the dot. You would love to make this a one-goal game heading into the third if you can for Oklahoma. Best couldn't get a piece of it off the draw. It's held in. Fodrell shot deflected back out to neutral ice. And Oklahoma touches up. McDonald will wind this one in all the way around.
It looked like Carlisle blocked that shot there. That's what sent that one back out into the neutral zone.
Fodrell sweeping will play it in back behind the net. Carlisle tried to drop it out in front for Best. He wasn't home. And 52 seconds now left in the period. Rebroker trying to get it up ahead. Here's Fodrell. Jackson Fodrell works his way into his backhand, looking for Best, not there. Mondu on the ice. He'll shoot one, deflected, and into the net. Or netting, rather.
It looked like that one might have gone in there. It looks like Mondu might be down, or he's back up on his skates. Excuse me. That one looked like it was might go in, and then looked like Aaron Best might have just got in the way of it by accident. You could tell he was looking up to the sky after that one. That's an unfortunate thing to have happen to you, but it was the right idea from the Sooners. If they can keep it going here in these next 38 seconds, you never know what can happen.
38 and a half to go as we get set for action here. Mondu off the draw, tried to get it back to Bassett. He does get possession, but the Sooners got a tag up here. They're offside. Blake works his way in, lets a low shot go on the ice. No chance for a rebound for Glass. He spins, gets it into the corner from Mondu. Mondu escapes a hold, gets to Becky, and he'll deflect his pass into the corner, but UCO able to regroup here, get back out of the zone, and put an attack together. 13 to go in the period. Redmond working his way in, trying to spin to the corner. He does. 8 to go for Redmond. He'll play it up off the glass into the corner, where McDonald, he'll one and shoot one that got pushed away by BCB, and that will do it for period number 2. UCO strikes 3 times in the second frame and lead it by 2. Cameron Pendleton is putting together a gem.
And as you were saying, Caleb, it's been a great game for Pendleton. On the other side of the puck, though, basically not happy there. I apologize if you could hear that.
And rightfully so, Elijah.
Right, yeah.
The Sooner netminder is right to be frustrated after that second period because, frankly, and I don't want to mince my words, he was left out to dry.
He was, absolutely. The defense had some bad passes. Just in the neutral zone, they popped out, led to way too many breakaways for the Broncos, And I mean, he has every right to be frustrated there because at the end of the day, you want to have a couple of those back, but if your defense can't help you with that, it's hard to not be frustrated.
We'll take a break on OU Hockey TV. Between periods, we'll talk again with Christian Markey about what the Sooners need to do to get back into this one. Some frustrated players in crimson and gray heading off to the locker room. We'll be back in just a few minutes here. Thanks for sticking with us on OU Hockey TV. This is the I-35 rivalry.
Step right up. Buckle up. The only direction we're headed is... Yep, you get it. Welcome to the one and only Oklahoma.
In some ways, this film is like the university itself.
The one flagship university that has served the state since before there was a state.
Its story is never entirely completed.
Where one scoop of dirt can save thousands of lives. Where one group of biologists are connecting with world-class meteorologists to protect the one world, one planet that connects us all. Whoa, that one literally might land on the moon. But that's fine, because what's stopping us from going up there and getting it? This is a team, a squad, a family, leading a collective pursuit where we share all ideas, embrace thousands of different perspectives, and require every last hand on deck.
Cleared for takeoff.
What else we got? More trophies than you can count? Check. Rhodes Scholars? Check. Largest research engine in the state? Check. The next generation realizing a new American dream? Okay. Actually, it's better than okay. It's OKLAHOMA. It's the strength of many marching under one crimson and cream flag, creating Sooner magic that must be seen to be believed at the one university where one OU family makes up the one and only Oklahoma.
actually, you just took me back. I like long square dances, these guys just... I'm not gonna lie, I'm having fun. So I can just shake with them.
Welcome back, everybody, to Arctic Edge Ice Arena, where the Sooners are facing down a 3-1 deficit here at Arctic Edge Ice Arena. Oklahoma came into the second period scoreless still with UCO and a one-shot advantage in the shots on goal department. But things have ballooned out now. OU put on 20 shots nearly in that period, just got 1 goal. UCO put up 10 shots, and Elijah, they've potted it in the back of the net 3 times to the frustration of the Sooner defense.
Yeah, and it comes down to just because you're out shooting them doesn't mean you have the momentum, and that's been the case in this game. Sooners with some rough passing, especially in that neutral zone, as we've touched on all game. It's been rough in the neutral zone. Shots have come out, and as we're talking about a little bit going into this intermission, kind of left BCB out to dry a little bit here.
Here's one that he did get a hold of, but this is one of those ones I think was really exemplary of the period. A good example of just what went wrong with the Sooners. They couldn't get the puck luck they needed, and then at the end of the day, they did leave their netminder out to dry quite a bit, and what does it lead to? It leads to this 5-on-3 tally that makes it a 3-1 hockey game.
That's right. If your defense can't hold it down, you've only got one more person in front of that net, that's our goaltender, and as phenomenal as BCB is, when you don't have that support, it just makes it all the more difficult.
So we're going to go back down live with Christian Markey down by the ice. What we're going to have to do, we're going to try and get back in this game, Christian. All the momentum has gone to UCO these past 10 minutes of ice time.
Hey, Sooner fans, the ice is cold down here, but things are starting to heat up in this I-35 rivalry. We've seen a couple of kerfuffles and brouhahas, if you would, on the ice that have been the issue, and so has the disciplinary issue for both teams. We saw a plethora of power plays on both sides, 2 5-on-3s for each team, but the UCO Broncos were the team that were able to cash in on a lengthy 5-on-3 from 2 penalties from Josh Bells and then Blake Swearingen, and that's been the difference. BCB encouraging his team to wake up, and they need to sort of shift the momentum in favor of the Sooners in order to try to rally a comeback. 2-goal leads are notorious for being the worst in hockey, as many hockey fans know, so it's not too tall of a mountain to climb, but they have to play their style in order to get out the victory. Back to you, Caleb.
That's kind of exactly, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Christian, is that OU is going to have to play a Sooner brand of hockey, and they're pushed into a corner now where down 2 goals, it's tough to play your brand and trust in it, but that's what Coach Arvanias preaches, is trust in this system. When they're down big, he tells them, it starts with 1.
It does start with 1. And then from there, you get another 1, and you just have to trust every person on the ice and be on the same page. You got to just keep the pass a little cleaner. You want to get it tight, you want to be fast, but if you can't be accurate, it kind of cancels itself out. So take your time, get set up, and get shots on the net. It's just really all you need to do if you're the Sooners here. And as Markey was saying, it's not a tall order to get back in this game. You just have to be the dominant team coming out of the locker room.
Back in the booth with you, Caleb Shaw and Elijah Lena here tonight. You can find both of us on Instagram at those links below. Myself, Caleb Shaw TV, Elijah_Lena17 for my buddy here. Keep you up with all the best OU hockey news we can there, and on our social channels at Sooner Hockey TV on Twitter to find our broadcast account, at OU Hockey for the main channel where you can find things like player updates, schedule updates, and then on our side, highlights, videos, and interviews with your favorite players.
Did want to add, too, we do have the OU Hockey TV Instagram started by our amazing PR person. And so if you want to follow that, get all the updates from the OU Hockey TV side of things, follow us on OU Hockey TV on Instagram.
And if you ever want to get involved with this broadcast and reach out to us on any of those social media channels, we'd love to have you on here for an interview in the second intermission. I will get you in contact with our Director of Fan Engagement and PR, Lauren Simpkins, and we'll get something set up here. I think tomorrow night, Elijah, the Pride of Oklahoma making their first appearance at an OU hockey game in quite some years.
That'll be fun. It'll be good to hear them get the crowd in it as well. You can feel it's a UCO-dominated arena with the noise and the energy and everything. So it'll be nice to have the Sooners show up, have the Pride show up, and just get the vibes going in our direction.
2018, when I got to march with the Pride, throughout the 12 regular season football games, the Big 12 championship against Texas, and then our untimely demise against Alabama in the Orange Bowl that year, we played Boomer Sooner over 1,100 times.
That is a lot.
So we'll add tens more for you tomorrow night, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna hopefully it doesn't mess with our audio. It'll be so loud because this building does tend to echo.
And they can blow the house down. Sooners back out onto the ice now. Culbertson Bond leads them out, steely-eyed, and ready to get back to the task at hand. It is Brandon Lacroix backing up tonight for Culbertson Bond. We should see the tandem of Forden and Payne tomorrow. We believe, based on what we talked about in Hockey Time in Oklahoma this weekend, that it will be Forden who gets the nod tomorrow night, but everything still to be decided, especially in a rivalry matchup.
That's right, you never know. Sometimes you want to mix it up a little bit too. depending on what you see in practice in between now and then. But it's a great, either way, both phenomenal goalies, and it'll be a good matchup regardless of who we get in net tomorrow night.
We'll have Christian Markey and Amy Acevedo here in the booth for you tomorrow night. Elijah, I believe you'll be roaming down rinkside trying to find some stories for us.
Oh, it'll be fun. It'll be nice to be down there because you just see a little bit more from ice level. Sorry, some language coming from the bench there. You see a whole lot more. You kind of get to grasp the story a little bit. So I can't wait to bring that to you guys, and it'll be a fun one. So definitely stay tuned.
20 minutes on the clock. The Sooners need 2 to get this one to overtime, or 3 for regulation. UCO has won every game against the Sooners since early December 2019. Oklahoma trying to break that streak tonight, and for the first time in that streak, coming in as the higher-ranked team, number 14 in the country in the last ACHA rankings. Central Oklahoma unranked in those. We're back underway in the OU defensive zone. Guerra plays the puck out of the air that Swearingen will turn and pick up behind his own net. He finds Tristan Glass up ahead. Now a catch back to Swearingen. Plays it off the boards from Mondu. Mondu settles the puck down, able to get some space, and corrals it to his back. Here's a slap shot that went high. Tristan Glass wound that one up and let it go as Blake in the corner now. Tries to evade a defender, gets it back to Glass. There's some traffic around them. Dubecki and Taylor playing the double team. Glass gets it free. He'll spin into the slot, tries to get a shot away, but was hemmed up and loses his footing. McDonald trying to stand up Zach Guerra as Guerra works his way into his zone, gets back to his feet.
Yeah, McDonald there tried to tag up Guerrera. Ended up working out in his favor, although he did give Guerrera some open ice there, but thankfully Sooners able to recover from that one.
Mondu's stick got kind of pinned up parallel, and the official has to get out of there to not get high-sticked himself. We play on, no calls provided this time, as Stalzer, there's a big hit back behind the play. Guerra went down, contact with Mondu. Stalzer pinned up to the boards with McDonald. Just a minute and 15 into this third period now. Mondu on his backhand finds Glass. Tristan Glass will barrel his way towards the offensive zone, gets it in onside from Mondu, who plays it back behind the net, going 1-on-3. Mondu able to work it free, centering one out in front for Best, who couldn't get a stick to it. And Dubecki back behind his own net will survey, play it back up. Stalzer, he takes a big hit from Connor Horn! And the Sooners reset. Here's Kagan playing it, and he delivers a reverse check that time to Stalzer. Fodrell in the corner, plays it back towards the blue line, not attainable that time, as Rebroker breaking out to center. Stalzer lost his footing, now trying to play on Kagan on the forecheck, does turn it over for himself. And Adam Stalzer, or Rebroker that is, check it, will play it back into OU territory. BCB chips that one aside with the goal stick.
And the physicality coming out here in the third period. We expected a Sooner rush, we expected a little bit more energy in this third period, and we've definitely got it. It's how do you sustain it, how do you get back in the game.
Best going off for a line change here. Short shift's going to be a big part of that, I would assume, for the Sooner team. Trying to keep that energy up against what is, again, an undermanned but still very dangerous roster for UCO as a broken play out in front. The official nearly deflected one home. It comes to the Sooners. McDonald shot. Rebound is there. Baird couldn't put it home.
And another rebound just not going the way of the Sooners. Puck luck finding its way out of the Sooners' hand as that puck almost found a way in.
Baird again. Back behind the net. Redmond now. Plays it on the boards, up for Goldstein. Got a tag up. That caught Nate Payne, though, and we'll get a stoppage.
Just a little bit of frustration from the bench there.
Yeah, it looks like the linesman did kind of concede that one and say, oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. It happens. It's a fast game. Stuff's bound to get missed and messed up.
I believe the argument was that Nate Payne was in the process of exiting the zone as the puck hit him.
That's what it looked like. It was a little bit of an odd call. Like I said, it's a fast game. You just got to keep going with it. But, you know, it's definitely something you'd rather not see get called.
Here's Baird. He will work it back to his forehand survey, play it back behind the net. McDonald, just over 3 minutes gone here in period number 3. McDonald this way for Goldstein. A long pass up ice, chipped in by DuPont. That one's going to find Cameron Pendleton, and he melts it down for a stoppage. An offensive zone draw up coming for the Sooners as they'll send out Carson Glass's unit with Bells and Monticelli.
There's a smart play by DuPont just to chip that puck in. You get the offensive zone face-off. I think he was ideally going for the forecheck because you want to keep the momentum going. Stoppages only slow you down, but it was a smart hockey play. He didn't keep possession, he just got in, and he got something positive out of it.
Glass on for the draw. Plays it sideways. Dubecki is there. He's taken down behind the play. They call it clean. And Glass to his backhand, plays it back behind the net. Nate Monticelli will play back behind. He'll wrap it the opposite way, looking for Glass again. He changes directions and gets a stick to it. In deep again, Monticelli. Couldn't get it to his stick that time. Stalls are all the way across. Couldn't find a friend. And now Kagan plays it off the boards. Here's Bells. Bells drops it for Carson Glass. Out in front, Monticelli couldn't get a shot away. And it's played back up to the point. Monticelli again couldn't get a piece of it, and two bodies go down, middle of the ice now 3, and OU going to be able to recover this one and go for a change as Carson Glass chips it in onside.
Just to mention it, Rebroker's been all over the ice for UCO. He's been trying to break up those neutral zone passes, and then same thing in his own zone, been trying to break up passes, just trying to get someone going the other way. Props him to make a presence in this game.
6'2" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, been a big part of this lineup so far this year, and one of the few sophomores on the roster. It's just senior and freshman heavy group this year.
As we mentioned, yeah, UCO experienced a big gutting over the offseason with the loss of their former head coach.
Blake plays it to Mondu. He'll escape the zone here, going 1-on-3, plays it off the wall with a full head of steam. Mondu at full throttle wins the race to the puck. Tries to play it out in front. Nobody home that time, and UCO plays this one up off the board. Swearingen took a hit to try to corral the puck. And it's all the way back into OU ice now. McDonald plays it away from Doucet. And now Redmond loses it to Tristan Glass. Gloves it down, lays a reverse hit on Redmond, and gets the puck into the offensive zone. Lays a shot on the ice, deflected. Mondu, first one to it. Mondu tried to play it on the wall to McDonald, not attainable for him. Now Glass throws a check at center ice, and a 3-on-2 developing for UCO. They're offside, gonna have to tag up here. Sykes will take the offside call with 14:39 to go.
Redmond had some words towards Mondu as he's getting off the ice. There's some hostilities. But it didn't look like Redmond liked that hit up against the boards as he's coming off the bench, or sorry, going onto the bench, I should say. We talked about it, Caleb. It feels like this has been the game of what could have been for the Sooners. Lots of missed opportunities on front of the net, lots of bad passes. Seems to have kind of corrected itself a little bit here in the third, but still down 2 goals in a much-needed win for the Sooners.
And with 14:30, as Guerra tries to break into the zone past Kagan, that puck up into the netting for a stoppage. It'll be in the OU zone. You're not looking at the clock quite yet, I don't think, Elijah, but once it starts getting into those single digits, you can't really help it.
No, I mean, this is about the time you'd want that second one. I mean, ideally you want it as soon as possible, right? But like, you know, if you're timing it out the way that hockey tends to play, you'd want it about now. And being the defensive zone doesn't really help you here, but you can just try and get a good clear and get some good pressure. You never know what can happen. It's a part of the game.
Remember, the Sooners' lone goal tonight came via good pressure on the forecheck. Will Blake with that heady play, where a gutsy play that he stayed back below the goal line and able to find Tristan Glass out front. Here's Carlisle.
It'll be good to see him make a huge presence as he did in that second period.
Here's Carlisle with a nice move and a shot that got tipped wide. Hogan now got a goal tonight, drops for a broker, back for Hogan in below the corner, tried to center it out in front, got kicked away by Horn. Jack Taylor will inadvertently clear the zone for Oklahoma. They get a full line change here, all 5 players change. A long pass in, no icing this time, it's waved off. Goldstein doesn't have the angle to it, and Redmond wins the race. Best now, 3 Sooners trying to get that puck away. It will be Aaron Best that takes it, plays it across for Connor Horn. Surveys up to Will Baird. Trying to squeeze through defenders, couldn't do it as Best. Gets it in the zone onside and takes a heavy hit. Rocked his helmet.
Sooners not happy with that. His helmet did come dislodged on the play. He's still playing on that one, though.
Here's a play to the far side now. Brandon McDonald works his way in with some open ice. Tries to play it into the slot. Got caught in the skates of Goldstein, who tries to clear it away. Puck still loose. William Baird now backhands it towards the blue line. It is out of the zone with DuPont giving chase. Aaron Best looks to be all right. He is back on the bench, giving a nod to the training staff. Horn pinned to the glass back below his own net. Baird trying to help work that puck free. Guerra joins the fight. Some movement now as the puck does come free. Guerra giving chase, pokes it ahead of DuPont, who will win a race with the puck now. Sure, a 2-on-2 rush the other way. Jacob DuPont trying to cross in, get to his forehand, and Blaha dispossesses him into the corner. Now Will Blake. Sooners have their full unit here into the offensive zone now. Blake dragging, trying to get loose for a shot, wasn't available. Now McDonald in deep, trying to find Mondu. Mondu crossing in front of the net, leaves it for McDonald. McDonald in for Mondu. Mondu working out in front for Glass, whose one-time chance got foiled by Guerra. A great stick play from the Broncos senior.
Yeah, and Guerrero, just as you were saying, great slide into the slot, broke up that play, and just consequently broke up the offense. Looks like he sent that one out.
So that will not be a 2-minute minor as it is in the NHL. Remember, ACHA rules, puck directly out of the defensive zone. Just a face-off in your own territory, but the Sooners do get a free line change out of it, and they're going to send out Payne, Fodrell, and Carlisle, a new unit here up front.
And someone I'd love to see get on the board here in this game is Fodrell. He's had some great looks in the second period. Other than that, I haven't seen much from him yet, but we know how lethal he can be when he does get going.
Carlisle wins the draw back emphatically to Kagan, whose weak wrist shot got blocked. Payne cleans that one up, plays it in deep for Carlisle. Now Sykes behind his own net. Got chipped back the other way, now cleared up towards the boards. Took a funny hop off of a stanchion and perpendicular to its old direction into OU territory. This is icing, and UCO is going to get trapped here with some players back on the ice.
And that was a good time for the Sooners to try and get that offensive pressure going. Got tired bodies on for UCO, and you got everything to play for. So why not send the house with a shot off the faceoff, baby?
There are 7 Broncos on the ice right now as the officials try to work out who was on at the time of icing. Looks like they have settled it off now. It'll be Carlisle to take it. Bit of a false start that time. We'll try it again, and Owen Carlisle does win the drawback. Payne's shot goes wide. Got a lot on that one.
That was a great look from Payne. Just missed the net by a little bit there.
Carlisle behind the net, loosens it up for Payne. A 2-on-2 fight for possession. Payne delivers a cross-check to Sykes, trying to get that puck free, and now Taylor will lift it way up into the air and off of the support beams for the roof here.
Looked like that one was going to come our direction. Might have overreacted, didn't see the giant beam blocking us from that one, but you got to keep your head on a swivel up here in the commentary booth.
Our friend Declan Moose Martin one time took one right off that stanchion. It came down right onto his helmet.
It's so painful.
Monticelli off the draw, plays it back to Kagan. Kagan walks for a shot that got blocked. And it comes back out to center ice. Here's Rebroker working his way in. A nice move to his backhand. His shot saved by Culbertson Bond.
And a great look from Rebroker. We said it early, he's been all over the ice in this game.
And a great stick from Carson Bassett that time. Played up ahead. Bells takes a hit to get it in onside. Now Stalzer. Back up towards center ice. Goldstein stops that one up. Ahead Bells. Couldn't work it free. Now Stalzer again. Tries to work his way into OU territory. Couldn't get free. Bells laid a hit at center ice to get the Sooners possession. They'll go for a line change here.
And if you're the Sooners, now would be a great time to maybe draw a penalty in your favor as that puck. It's called for icing. Try and change things up, get some momentum going your way.
They'll once again trap the Broncos on the ice as they stand with 10:23 to go in regulation time tonight.
So we got Mondu taking the face-off again. He's been on the ice a lot for the Sooners in this game. He's been doing a lot, though, so you can't deny him that ice time. He's been doing a lot for this team, and a team that's been relatively quiet here these past 2 periods.
That one all the way around the boards. Kagan holds it in from a knee and plays it around to Becky. On his backhand, up for Redmond. Redmond chips it high into the air, back out into OU territory here. 10:08 to go in regulation time as Kagan pestered by Stalzer behind the net. Stalzer turns him over for the moment and takes a big hit into the boards. 2 Broncos are down behind the play as Mondu starts the rush here. 2-on-2 into the zone. Mondu gets around Dubecki, drives to his forehand, centers it out in front. Nobody home. Mondu again holding, centering one. The net is off the pegs. Now Mondu walking, backhand, trying to get it to his forehand, and now circles the net. Centering one out in front for a shot that got deflected by, Pendleton. There's a big hit from Blake behind the net. Sooners applying pressure here. Now Redmond, he'll work his way free. Redmond to his forehand with a shot that went wide.
And Pendleton's net was off the moorings for quite some time. I was looking, he was able to fix it himself. Surprised there wasn't a stoppage there.
Now Blake walks and shoots one, caught by Pendleton. He'll hang on with 9:18 to go in regulation time.
And boy, has Pendleton just been so electric in this game, so present in this game, making big saves, making easy saves, but making big saves nonetheless. And he's just been a brick wall for the Sooner team.
Baird to the dot. Matching up with Sykes, who wins it back. This one played off the boards, back out towards center ice here, as the Broncos pretty content here to try to play this out slowly and kill this hockey game away. That one plays off the netting. A 2-on-2 rush developing here. Horn has to play it defensively. Now Guerra sweeping into the near side past Goldstein. Tries to work to his forehand, centers it out in front. Came off the side of the net and caught a piece of Culbertson Bond before the OU Sooners push it all the way back out. Dubecki this way for Mondi. Mondi goes cross ice. It'll be Guerra working his way back in. Finds his way in on side with a nice move past Goldstein. Now stops up, blows a tire. And looks like got some fresh Goodyears on now, and back to play as we get a big hit below us. Baird crunches a man into the boards with 8:27 left in regulation time. Fodrell has it slapped back into his zone by Hogan. Now Fodrell. Head up, works his way in onside, tries to find Carlisle. He just plays it further. Fodrell tried to drop it one more time for a give and go. Kagan's going to hold this onside. A weak shot got deflected by a UCO body. Couldn't tell who that was. And now they fight for it. Kagan keeps it onside, plays it in deep. Carlisle out in front looking for Payne. Hogan intercepts that one. Now Fodrell. Backwards pass looking for Carlisle. Wasn't available. Now Bassett shot block. Gets it back. In deep again, Carlisle. Plays it around the net. They'll circle the cage. Owen Carlisle puts on a show and lets one go. Couldn't find a tip from Nate Payne. A broker now to center ice. Chipped out. And Kagan chops that back down on the forehand. He'll gain the offensive zone. Shoot one. Saved by Pendleton. He had a tough time with that one, but able to swallow it up.
Yeah, it's been the story. Pendleton once again with another big save for UCO. I was just thinking to myself here while you were doing your commentating that if you want to get a goal here, if you're the Sooners, you just got to get creative with it. We've seen a lot of just plain shots on net, and you know if you put the shots on, one is bound to go in. Unfortunately, we just don't have the time for that. You want to try and get creative with it. Maybe get something to tip in. Maybe get a screen going from the net. We just haven't seen much of that here for the Sooners.
Off the draw, back to McDonald. And he'll play it in for Glass. Glass across Goldstein. Drag, shoots one, blocked. Held onside, but just, and now trickles back out. McDonald's pass for Goldstein, unattainable. Back into the OU zone onside. McDonald giving chase here. Doucet with him, 7 minutes and some change to go here in the hockey game.
Donald briefly shaken up by that hit into the boards, but seems to be okay. He's back up and skating.
Goldstein to the far side for Glass. He'll come this way for Ben Mondu. Slows his roll and evades a couple defenders. Chips it far side. Blake. Well, Blake driving into his backhand. Tried to center one out in front, but couldn't find a friend. And UCO back the other way. They're going to try to spring Redmond here. He's got a step. BCB out of his net. Going to play it. Got taken down on the play. There's an open net. They missed it. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The pleasantries are over. Will Blake starts the fray. Here's Sykes. Now Bose. Klaus throws it right. Bose goes down. And the whistles are going to stop things up right there. Or will they? Culbertson Bond looks to be okay. The OU training staff is going to come out and check on him now that we say. So let's hold our breath here a moment for the Sooner netminder. Looks to be on his lower body. There will be 6:35 to go in the hockey game once all the penalties are done, as Nate Payne able to have at least a somewhat friendly chat with J.C. Dubecki, it seems.
Well, we were wondering where the physicality was for most of this game. I think it's safe to say it's here. That was a big hit on BCB. He was still down in his crease. Connor Horn was having a word with him. He's coming up.
And don't want to speculate, but I believe Connor Horn said that he will stay in the game if the thumbs up was to indicate that. And BCB back to his feet and taking a look at the bench. I do see Brandon Lacroix putting his glove and blocker on.
We talked about it earlier, just how unfortunate of a game it's been for BCB. He's been bringing it his all. Unfortunately, as we said, the team hasn't always been there for him, and just to see him get hurt like this is just not what you want to see.
And looking pretty cool and collected as he chats with head athletic trainer Anita Clark and the best training staff in the ACHA. There is one penalty on the board so far. It is Jeff Rebman, who ran into BCB. 2 minutes on the board for him so far. The referees are still figuring everything else out. BCB has put his equipment back on and is kind of testing out his leg right now. This is a much needed breather for both of these teams as well right now.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. You never want to see anybody go down. Absolutely not. It's terrible. There has been a break, which does give the players some time to rest up. We just hope that BCB is okay. He's got his mask back on. He's still talking with the trainers. And it looks like the Sooners will head to the center of the ice here. But as you mentioned, as for now, it looks like OU is going to get a power play out of this.
They did not use their timeout in this break. It was all for the trainers to check on Brendan Culbertson-Bond. So the Sooners still have that 1 minute break in hand. Culbertson-Bond will stay. What a pile of grit.
That's exactly what I was thinking. He's been tough in this game. It's been a hard game. It's been a hard-fought game. And to get up from that and to keep playing shows a lot about his personality as a goaltender.
Sooners to the power play. 2 minutes here with 6:35 to go in regulation time. Carlisle versus Sykes in the face-off circle. Contested draw, Carlisle wins it back, and quick pressure from Stalzer at the point. Payne gets it in deep. They'll play it all the way back to him. Payne walking, thought about a shot, thinks better of it. Now Carlisle in from Mondu. Carlisle now Payne. Walking, shooting one, got deflected and didn't find the target. Fodrell's try. Into the air, Sykes trying to pester the puck away. It's in deep again. Mondu off the wall for Fodrell, now Payne. Far side, Carlisle. He walks, tried to center right. Rebound, shot by Fodrell, just high. Kept on by the Sooners. Mondu, Glass, one-timer wide. Glass again, keeps it in the zone. Deep for Mondu. Tried to play it in front and get a healthy deflection. Couldn't do it that time, and the Broncos nearly get a clear. Payne keeps it in for the moment. Fodrell now. Across for Carlisle. Owen Carlisle with space. Drag, shoots one, saved. The rebound into the corner. Carlisle controls. Drags out in front. Spins and shoots one. Got blocked in front by Sykes. 52 seconds to go on the main advantage. Across to Fodrell. Now Carlisle again. Drags into Fodrell. Walks. Shoots one. Got blocked again. Mondu tries to work it free. Glass over to Mondu. Now Payne. Payne walks and shoots one. Blockered away. Mondu again. Holding onto that puck. Goes across. Carlisle lets it take a bounce. Across again. Payne. Giving some space. Here's Fodrell. One-timer fanned on it. Payne again, 20 seconds to go on the power play. Carlisle shot blocked. It stung Sam Sykes. Here's a low shot. Nothing doing that time. That's Stalzer, check it, who was shaken up on the play. Carlisle driving in, surrounds the net out in front. Here's Fodrell's shot. Rebound is there. Still loose and put aside by Pendleton. Unreal. Fodrell again. Power play time has expired. And UCO has killed it off. Redmond out of the box now, plays it at center ice, works to Payne. Try to spin on Nate Payne. 4:18 to go. He'll play it across. Rebroker is there.
What a kill by UCO. If that was not the nail in the coffin, I don't know what was. What will be, I should say. Great goaltending from Pendleton and just great shot blocking from the Broncos.
They have blocked innumerable Sooner shots tonight, just getting in those lanes as Redmond chips one into the zone, takes a hit to make the play. Doucet wins the race, no chance of icing here. 3:50 to go now. Shoots one, gloved by Culbertson Bond. More shoving after the whistle this time. Rebroker had some words for Kagan.
And just going back to that power play for the Sooners, I feel like every shot was getting denied almost instantaneously. And those shot blocks were so prevalent for UCO.
Well, no matter what the result is tonight, folks, you are going to want to be here again tomorrow at 7 p.m. for part 2 of this series.
It's going to be good.
It will be hot enough to melt the ice at Arctic Edge. 3:44 to go as the puck is dropped. We are back to 5-on-5 play. No penalties were handed out in the latest exchange. Well, the officials are congregating again and having a laugh, so back to the task at hand. Sooners have put 38 shots on Cameron Pendleton tonight. Off the draw, Baird to play it forward, or DuPont, excuse me. Hogan in deep. Swearingen able to work the puck free. Up ahead, looking for DuPont. Couldn't get a piece of it. Blake on his horse, trying to win a race to the puck. Back out of the zone. Here's Hogan. He'll turn up ice with some space to work with. Got McDonald back. His shot gloved by Culbertson Bond.
And BCB flashing the leather on that one. If we can take a look at that here on the replay. Pucks gets turned over here. Hogan with the shot. And BCB just had that one ready to go. Strong save from BCB. Way to bounce back in this one. And going back just to the beginning of this game, we talked about the WCHL podcast predicting that this one was going to be a split series. And if you're OU, you want that split series. You don't want to get swept against your rival. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out tomorrow night.
Pendleton shot blocked by Culbertson Bond. A rebound try comes back out to the point here. Mondi lets one go. Bowles is there first. Now DuPont, an aerial flip out to center ice. Will Blake gets it to Aaron Best. He dumps it in and goes off for a change. Blake again in deep. UCO plays it back out to center ice. Here's McDonald working his way in. Drops it. Here's a shot from Doucet. Rebound is there. Carlisle cleans it up.
And again, UCO getting into the crease and getting physical with BCB. He looked to get up after that one, but still, physical play here in Arctic Edge.
Fodrell is pass non-attainable for Nate Payne. They'll reset. 2:39 to go. Here comes Culbertson Bond to the bench. Carlisle, a shot. Rebound is there. And Dubecki behind it plays it to Rebroker. There are 6 attackers out for Oklahoma. Payne trying to work it free in the corner. Now Fodrell. Slowly plays it around, looking for Mondu. Couldn't get there. Now Carlisle having to pinch in. A long attempt from the Broncos will make it for icing. It went wide of the net. And 2:13 to go. An offensive zone draw coming up for Oklahoma.
That's right. It's going to be a big offensive zone face-off for the Sooners, as you were saying. And you get a shot off it right away here.
You can hear the chirps coming in from Robbie Rebroker as he comes by the Sooner bench every time, making sure to let his feelings be known.
Can't let those get into tomorrow's game, though. You got to just reset. It's a clean slate, 0-0, everything to play for tomorrow.
So Coach Arvanitis is going to call his timeout here with 2:13 to go, and the Sooners will talk over how they want to approach this 6-on-5.
Trying to see what he's drawing here. I really can't tell right now.
So as the strategy we will take a look at this recent stretch for the Sooners that has been kind of tough. Really started out when they went out to Drury after sweeping Missouri State in this barn. Drury sweeping Oklahoma, one of those in a shootout where the Sooners did get a point, and those goal differentials do matter for the ACHA computer. Since then, they split with Colorado State, had the break, now in this week, and in some pretty big adversity night one.
Yeah, it's been a few tough series here for the Sooners. At the end of it, you're getting points out of every single one of them, so that's a positive to take away from it. But it's been tough for sure, and especially at this part of the season when things start going into the later parts of the season, it's only going to get harder from here. Players are going to get tired. There might be some injuries. You never know. You just have to show that resilience and keep going through it.
Sooners have the play call dialed up. We'll see if the new offense in Norman extends up here to Edmond. 2:13 to go. The net is empty. Carlisle will take the draw. They need two. Off the draw, Mondu to the corner. Now Carlisle joins the fight. 3-on-2 in favor of the Sooners. As they fight for the puck, it's Best that joins the fray. Now Glass. Puck still fought for below the circle. Mondu works it free. Blaha got to stick to it. And now Payne up top chips it in deep for Glass. Glass circles. Finds Jackson Fodrell. All the way across Payne. Payne across. Glass's one-timer couldn't go. 1:42 to go now. Glass in deep. Here's a wrap opportunity. Couldn't find it. And this one back out to center ice. Payne chases it down. No danger this time. But 90 seconds to go here in the Sooners' hopes tonight. Long pass ahead. No icing this time. Intercepted by the Broncos. Guerra, center ice, trying to get a backhand shot off. And leaves it towards the Sooner bench. Carlisle works his way past Stalzer. Now Payne. And that one caught a piece of the bench with 1:15 left.
Really didn't get that shot into the slot, the high slot for the Sooners on 6-on-5. It just got past Payne there on the defense. Had to go back and regroup for it, and it sent things back to the middle of the ice as we go for another face-off. Carlisle on the face-off.
Tries to win it sideways. He does to Payne, who dumps it in. Tristan Glass giving chase with Aaron Best. Glass backs into the play, gets the puck free. Nearly finds Mondu, but it works its way out to Hogan. Hogan's long shot is going to skitter into OU territory, and they win the race for icing with a minute even on the clock.
And this barn is not happy with that call. They did not want to see that get called for icing. Thankfully, the Sooners, they got it, but unhappy fans here at Arctic Edge.
Stalzer giving it to one of the near side officials. Sooners will like to take this draw on the goaltender's right side with Mondu on his power side to try to force it back. 60 seconds to go here at Arctic Edge. Bose off the draw, wraps it all the way around. Glass trying to help work it free. Best is there, now 50 to go. He'll drive his way in, tries to center one, blocked out in front. The puck is loose. Mondu centers one again. Glass couldn't get to it. Comes back out. Broker's try. This one all the way down the ice, on track. And wide. Fodrell able to take it off the goal line and play it back up ice. Mondu, 27 to go. He's going to flip this one in past Bose, now 23. Mondu into the corner. It's stuck along the boards now. Centered out in front. Couldn't get a shot away. 14 to go. Here's one played out in front and flipped back behind the net. 9 seconds left. And the Sooners will get a stoppage here as one of the Broncos stayed on the ice with no helmet. It's Robbie Rebroker.
Gonna Fodder will keep that puck from going into the empty net. It almost found its way in there. It might have been going wide, but either way, got it away from the net. Help keep that goal differential as low as possible.
Well, these next 6 seconds here, the officiating crew at Arctic Edge going to have their hands full potentially.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen after that 6 seconds expires. Could get interesting, could get hairy. So we get set to go and close out this game here.
There's the puck drop with 5 to go. Off the draw, it evades the OU zone, and that will do it for night 1. The Broncos extend their lead in the I-35 rivalry. Sebastian Doucet works his way into OU territory and is quickly escorted away by the officials. Here comes Fodrell out from the bench. Swearingen trying to push Josh McDonald out from the fray. And the celebration is on in Edmond as UCO wins their Super Bowl.
Fodrell was looking for something after the whistle there, or the horn I should say. Was clobbered up by the official, though, wasn't able to start anything there. But going back to this game, and we said it all throughout the game, but I'll step aside here for this.
The Broncos decline the handshakes.
As I was saying, it was just a lot of missed opportunities for the Sooners. Lots of shots that went into the crease and just didn't find their way into the back of the net. It's something you just got to be more aware of going into tomorrow night's game. As the coaches shake hands.
And last weekend, we had a not too happy Coach Peter Arvanitis after night 1. Curious to see what the emotion will be like tonight as some of the players join each other at center ice for a conversation. And a handshake from Culbertson Bond to Camden Pendleton, who Elijah, wow.
Wow is right. That was a great showing from Camden Pendleton. Had everything on lockdown, got that one to go past him, but other than that, it was pretty rock solid in net for him. And, you know, he talked about it last year for him, maybe not the best season, and even this season, you know, 902 save percentage, not the highest, but still, after a game like this,
it's going to go up.
That's going to go up, and that's just a huge game, and that's going to fill him with confidence for tomorrow. It'll be interesting to say who starts in net for UCO, if it's going to be Pendleton or if it'll be, who would that be?
Artem Lanta.
Yep, that's right. And so it'll be cool to see which one they decide to go with, but if you're Pendleton, you have to be happy with tonight. You let one pass, oh well, but you closed everything else down, and that's just great goaltending. And BCB giving him a well-earned pat on the back for that one.
So Culbertson Bond will wait another try for his first win against the Broncos. The leading wins man in OU history falls tonight. OU outshot the Broncos by 11, but couldn't find the back of the net when it counted most. And that's what we'll leave you with tonight, ladies and gentlemen, here on OU Hockey TV. For Christian Markey, Amy Acevedo, Lauren Simpkins, and my friend here, Elijah Lena, up in the booth with me, I'm Caleb Shaw. And thank you for watching every night with us, everybody. For everybody in the arena with us tonight. Hope we can get out of here pretty fast with the traffic and a safe drive home after. To everybody watching with us, we hope to see you again tomorrow with Christian Markey and Amy Acevedo back up in the broadcast booth.